Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerdvana podcast. I'm your host Gianni,
I'm your host Terrell. Welcome back
and
at long last. It's been like a month, but we're finally back at it. A
yeah,
whole lot of shit came out, a whole lot
yeah,
of shit finished, and
yeah,
a whole lot of shit announced. So what are
yeah.
we gonna get into first?
I
What you
say we
thinking?
start off. I start off with well, I mean, the shirts we're wearing. I mean, you see the shirts. You see the
Shirts? Oh
shirts.
damn, that's interesting. Oh damn. Oh, what is that?
Yeah, yeah. So Deadpool
Deadpool
and
and
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I it was a fun movie. It's definitely, I would say, it was the best way Fox could have, the Fox universe or the Fox movies could have sent off. It was definitely a comedy, a lot of gay jokes, which was pretty funny.
I mean,
Deadpool loved
I'll be
Wolverine.
honest. It's kind of hard to avoid spoilers because the entire movie's like on the internet now. Like
That is,
TikTok is
yeah.
spoiled. This movie's been out for like a couple weeks now. I mean, TikTok spoils everything. I mean, the movie's out there. So I mean, out of all the, there's so many cameos from people from the Fox title and
So many.
also people from other universes and also people that never got to debut their
Never got
characters
that
ever.
chance.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
I would say
Hold on,
definitely
Megan.
watch it. It's the best one. I'd say when it comes to the Deadpool movies, they're all like each one gets better than the last. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too because I remember looking back at it. One's kind of meh. Like it's good. It's a
Mm.
good way of introducing the character. I will say that, but it is definitely the weakest one.
Shit was kind of
I
mid. I ain't gonna lie to
I
you.
say yeah, John Berthal as
Cable was dope.
Not John Berthal, Josh Brolin
Josh Brolin.
as Cable was very fun in the second one. But then obviously like what did you think about them bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
I initially didn't like the idea of it, but it was like I still kind of wish Logan would have they kept Logan in the grave, but they did get away with it. It's not our Logan. It's a variant that failed. And I'll say this his background story is kind of boring, but like it didn't really need to be anything special. But I do like Hugh Jackman killed it. Like he
Yeah.
really, I am so happy to see him in that outfit and his fully comic book accurate outfit. It took 20
Now,
years, but we finally made it.
one thing that they did show off is the Wolverine variants that Deadpool encounters, and
Yeah,
one of them is a comic book accurate version, and it's just a short
it's a
Hugh
five
Jackman.
five three. Yeah, a 5'3" Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman.
And I remember seeing one fan's comment of like, "I've been advocating for a short Wolverine. I take it all back. I
I
apologize.
apologize for my outburst.
Yeah, I
Really fucking.
apologize for my outburst because that shit does not look right."
Yeah, people be forgetting like he's called the Wolverine because he's literally the size of one, and he's like literally acts like an animal. He's not this
Yeah,
like handsome Hugh Jackman 6'3" type guy.
yeah,
But
ripped and shit. Yeah, I feel like him as a comic book character, like it's the same thing we did with the Guardians. I feel like sometimes changing a character slightly so that it makes a better protagonist,
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine as long as like you. I mean,
he was so good in that. I'm not gonna lie. He is my favorite part. Ryan Reynolds was really as good as well. There was like a shit ton of different Deadpools as well. Dogpool was hell cute as fuck, but
what's crazy is like Hugh Jackman. People forget like is a Oscar nominated actor. Like he's not just because obviously his most famous role is
Wolverine.
Wolverine,
But no, no,
but he's done so much. I mean, him in Prisoners. If you want to
Prisoners.
see
Yeah,
a great Hugh Jackman performance, just watch Prisoners. Because I mean, the man is a fantastic actor, and it's like I mean, there's a few scenes that are already like on TikTok of him berating Deadpool and like, what did you think of like their dynamic through the whole movie?
it's clear that even from the promos, not even years before when him and Ryan Gosling just occasionally met up at award shows, the chemistry was always there. And behind the scenes, the chemistry is there. In the movie, the chemistry is just there. It is so good. It,
Yeah,
it,
they've
it
had a
works
few
perfectly
they had a few
together.
Instagram posts way before this even got announced, like before
Exactly.
it was even a
Because
thing.
people shipped it like always.
Yeah. And so I feel like it's been building up to this point. So in a sense, it's like it's okay. I mean, X-23 was in the trailer. What did you think of her in the movie?
She was good. I wouldn't say she played that big of a role. It was just a couple lines here and there, but it was dope. It was odd they didn't put her in a X-Men costume. She was just in some jeans and a jacket, but she was really good. Like finally seeing her again, like like killing people with her, like stabbing people with her foot, fucking screaming and shit. It was nice seeing that again. It took 7 long years. I hope we're gonna see more of her. I don't see why Disney wouldn't want to continue with her. She's literally like instead of replacing Wolverine, let's keep Wolverine dead and replace him with X-23. Just make her Marvel's Wolverine. It's perfectly fine.
What is crazy is that this is like the last like Fox Marvel project
Yeah, it is
essentially,
officially.
and they show that off in the end credits of the movie in like a very like very bittersweet like montage behind the song "Good Riddance" by Green Day, and it's like damn,
It was all the
makes you feel
behind the
like
scenes of like the X-Men
yeah,
movies,
and it's like you got to see like
Logan,
some of the low key like Fox projects that you forget about, like obviously like the Daredevil one,
the Daredevil one. Yeah, they did have Daredevil,
Elektra. Like you
Elektra.
forget about all these
Yeah,
projects that Fox Marvel was a part of, and besides X Men, you're just like, damn,
Blade as well. That's like really
Blade,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And it's just like you really think about it, like man, my childhood's over. Like that's kind of crazy. Like I'm officially an old head. I think I'm an old head now.
Yeah, I think I've reached the level of the unk level. I think I've reached that if I'm being real too. The more I fucking seeing people talk about stuff, like, yo, I'm out of touch. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but damn, it's like
It
my,
was weird seeing that, and it's like, I watched all those movies. A
yeah,
lot of the times I watched them when they came out, and so it's
exactly.
like,
Most of them I
so
fucking watched when they came out,
so
and now
it's
they're
like,
like
damn.
memories already. That shit was like 10, 20, almost 15 plus years ago, wasn't it?
I literally
Fucking
feel like
hell.
I watched that. I'm like, wasn't that like 5 years ago? I'm like, nah, that was like 15 years
Hey,
ago. That shit. I
time
was
never
I was
stops.
I was 9 years old when I saw that movie. That's crazy to me.
Especially with the Fantastic Four movies too. I was like, wait a minute, they just came out like 2, 3 years ago, right?
The
Maybe
shitty ones
seven.
came
Yeah.
out. The shitty ones came out. Yeah, the trailer for the new one dropped. What do you think about that one? I mean, it got leaked. I mean,
Leaked. Yeah, we literally saw someone recording it at, was it Disney or no? It was MegaCon.
Comic Con, I
Comic Con.
think.
It was Comic Con. Yeah,
Yeah,
we pretty much saw a phone recording of the new Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal. Oh fuck, I didn't. Who was it again? Pedro Pascal,
as Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
Billy from fucking Stranger Things. I don't know the
As
actor's
Johnny
name, but
Storm. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the other actress. Yeah, let's look him up because I think the other actress was also in something really big too. I remember her from something. That plays Mrs. What's her name?
Vanessa Kirby.
Invisible Girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vanessa
that's
Kirby as Invisible Girl. She was in Napoleon movie, Hobbs and Shaw, Mission Impossible.
Hobbs and Shaw is what
Yeah,
she was from. That's what I remember her from.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the Mission Impossible movies where she plays like
yeah.
that lady, but
And then Eben Moss. I don't even know how to pronounce that last name. Baccarat. He's in
Evan
the
Moss
Bear.
Buck.
If
He's
you
in the
watch
Bear.
the
He's a
Bear,
bear
yeah,
kid
yeah,
actor. He's from
yeah.
the
If
Bear.
I think he plays like the sous chef in the Bear. So if you
Yeah,
watch the Bear and if you watch the Punisher, he's
he's
in
gonna
both of those.
play the Thing, or
Yeah,
Thing.
and then obviously I feel like they got the right actor to play
I'm
Galactus
just saying, I didn't
because
even know that they had casted the Green
yeah,
Knight for Galactus.
yeah, which is like man,
Yo,
his voice is perfect for that kind of character.
that's gonna
You
be dope as
dog.
fuck.
Yeah, that shit's again.
He was
So it
from The
takes
Witch as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He has a really iconic voice. Like
Recognizable
you
voice. Yeah.
yeah. So so Galactus is the main villain. The movie takes place in like what the 50s or what was it? Like the 60s?
60s.
It doesn't take place in modern day.
It
It's
does
in the
not.
past.
Yeah, it was
It's
yeah
in the past.
60s.
And I mean again, Fantastic Four I feel like I feel like this is going to be good. I feel like it's going to be decent. It'll be
They're
decently
all good
good.
actors, but
Yeah.
that it's still Marvel. I mean,
But
it's
it
still
looks to
Marvel.
be
I
going
don't know, man. I
it
don't
looks like
know.
it has charm to it. Does that make sense? It looks like it's going for a campy
Yeah, the 60s.
like
It's gonna be in the 60s.
fun 60s, like it has a style to
It
it.
does have does have a style. I'll say that the
And not many
marketing and the
Marvel movies
posters.
yeah, not many Marvel movies still have a style to them. And so that's why I feel like this movie's going to be good because the last Fantastic Four movie done by Fox was shit.
They
And the reason
solely
it was
did that just to keep the rights for Fantastic Four. Only reason why to
yeah.
do it. Because if they didn't
Yeah.
make a Fantastic Four movie every couple of years, they would have lost the rights back to Marvel. And finally, Marvel has it. But is this the Marvel we trust? I don't know. Like you said, the trailers, the marketing, everything seems good. It does. But let's look at the past, four Marvel movies. Look at that. I don't know. My trust in them is kind of wavering.
I
If I'm
know
being
for a
honest with you.
fact
It's like,
it's going to be better than the 2014 version. Definitely.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
high bar at all. It's
It's
very
not.
low. But the
I
bar's been on the floor.
even the original too, back in the early 2000s, I don't think that's not even that high of a bar to reach. So I do think it has potential to be the best one, definitely.
They're very 2000s movies. Like they're fine in the
Yeah, yeah,
context
yeah.
of those years. But speaking of Fantastic Four, we have to get into Doctor Doom and
Oh my
Doc,
god. Oh
Doctor
my
Doom.
god, I forgot.
They
Oh
had
my
they had all of
god.
these they had all these Doctor Dooms on stage. The Russo brothers came out with their microphones and like we have finally found our actor to play Doctor Doom.
I am
And
Iron
then
Man. I am
all the
Iron
doc,
Man.
man, he took off the mask. I'm sitting there like, all the
Oh,
NPCs,
brother.
all the Marvel NPCs, yeah, they're fucking freaking out, and I'm just sitting there
Robert
like,
Downey
bro,
Jr. is going to play Doctor Doom. They had to bring him back because they knew no one cares. The past three Marvel movies fucking flopped. They're getting desperate. They needed him back.
this is the first year that they're only releasing one Marvel movie.
Wait, what the fuck are
That's
they
it.
releasing this year?
That's it. Deadpool and Wolverine. That's it. That's the only Marvel movie they're releasing this year.
That's
That's it.
good. That's good.
They've been on like a 3 movie a year schedule pretty consistently for a long time.
Too long.
This is the
Way
first time
too
they're doing only
long.
one. Even during COVID, they released two.
It was Shang-Chi. Wait, was that Shang-Chi?
Yeah, it was Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi
and Black Widow.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting about Black Widow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
even then they released more than one. This is the first time they're doing it.
Finally
Because even
wisened
they
up.
know what are we now? Phase 5, phase 6? It sucks.
I
It's
can't even
terrible.
tell you. I think it is. We're in phase 5, and there is no plan. There is no real arc. There's no arcing villain because they had what's it Kang?
Kong, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
Jonathan
Kong
Majors got into legal troubles and
Ugh,
got convicted
yeah.
of some shit, and so it's like they kind of said bye
They
bye.
fumbled
And
it,
now
and bringing Doctor Doom, was a fantastic idea. That was a phenomenal idea.
I
That is the
love that
smartest
idea.
idea. But then they do Robert Downey Jr. Robert
He's
Downey
gonna
Jr. out of
play.
all fucking people, him.
He's a Tony Stark variant that became Doctor
So
Doom
he's not even
somehow.
Doctor Doom for real, for real. That's the thing.
He's a Tony Stark variant. That
Are we
became
sure
Dr.
that's
Doom.
confirmed or not?
I think. I mean,
Yeah, what else could it be?
what else could he
Yeah,
fucking be?
what
It's
else
it's
could it
Iron
be?
Man. Like, what else could it be? They've been doing the multiverse shit forever now. It's clearly just gonna be a variant of fucking Tony. Listen, let me get one thing straight
I
here.
don't know, man. I don't know.
I like Robert Downey Jr. as an actor.
Yeah, of course he's a good
I love
actor.
Robert Downey. I love
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Amazing actor.
He had, by far, the best send off in Endgame. Not even close.
It's as good as it could have gotten.
Endgame to me finished off Captain America and Iron Man beautifully, and I feel like by bringing him back, you not only just nullify that, it's also just disrespectful to like the fans that all that long 10-year build up to
Yeah.
that moment. And I will compare it to the Logan thing, right? Because it's like, Logan dying and then bringing him back for Wolverine and Deadpool. I would say it is the same feeling. I was still just as upset,
Yeah.
but the only difference is that, I mean, it's Wolverine, and it's like
Wolverine, yeah.
it's X-Men, and I loved Logan. Logan's my top 3 superhero movies of all time. But I will say this: watching him bringing them back for Deadpool and Wolverine was different because it is a different variant of Wolverine, but it's like everything about him is different. Like he's
They
nothing
at
like.
least gave us the Wolverine we've always wanted. Because as good as Logan is, and as good as Hugh Jackman's run is, it wasn't really Wolverine. It wasn't really Wolverine up until this moment. They finally gave us the suit. Like, if it was up to Fox, or if it was really up to Disney, because I really feel like Ryan Reynolds really fought for this shit. If it wasn't up to them, it would have ended with Logan, meaning that we would have never seen Hugh Jackman in the iconic comic book accurate suit. That's one
Being
thing.
a comic book accurate
Yeah.
character, because he doesn't. I mean, he acts like a younger version of the character Logan. I
Yeah,
feel like
that as
Logan.
well. Yeah.
I feel like Logan himself was just a guy that just so happened to be Wolverine.
Immortal, yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like I love the character piece of an immortal person. And again, they talk about it in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like they contemplate with immortality and what it is like to be like that and to watch everyone you love die, essentially.
Practically.
And so I would say that it's different. I understand if you call me a hypocrite for saying, "Oh, well, you didn't like it when they did this, but now it's." But like I will say this, it doesn't touch with how they did Iron Man in Endgame. That's a 10-year build up to a character. Again, it's the exact same thing, but the difference is it's like Robert Downey Jr. is also older, and it's like, why? It's the laziness of it. That's why I'm mad.
No.
Because
It's not even that. It's the fact that it's end of the day they brought back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He was always Wolverine. They're bringing back Robbie Downey Jr., but a completely different character. That's the big
Yeah.
problem. That's nonsensical. If you would
Yeah,
have
that's weird to
brought
me.
back Iron Man, I would have been rolling my eyes. But it's like now it's like, so Iron Man is technically back, but he's now Doctor Doom, so he's not Iron Man. He's really Doctor Doom, but he's still a Tony Stark variant. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
That
here?
is fair. I
It's
would say
all
that's the
over the
equivalent to
place.
them if they brought back Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but instead of playing Wolverine, he played fucking Cable or some
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
A
It's like-
Wolverine
like, it's like,
variant that
the
became
fuck?
Cable or
Yeah.
some shit. Yeah, it's like it's
what are we
stupid
doing
because
here?
like I was thinking of like, man, they could have got a brand new actor, even a well-known actor. I would have been down for that. Like some of the fan casts were throwing around the ideas of like
Who?
the guy from Javier Bardem. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
there
yeah.
were a lot
That
of
could have
like
been.
there were a lot of interesting fan castings for it. And again, it's like the same thing with Last of Us. Just Pedro Pascal. Let's just cast him. All right, I mean, let's just cast Pedro Pascal. He's in everything. He's Mandalorian. He's in Disney. Let's cast him.
He's
But
goddamn
instead,
Joel Miller,
instead they
everybody.
cast. But even then, if they would have just hired, man, I was expecting Pedro Pascal to put that fucking mask up. Like, all right, fine, whatever. Like, what? He's in
That would have
everything now.
honestly fucking at that point,
At
yeah,
that point,
yeah.
fuck it, right?
But that's also the
But
thing
they
is
get
Marvel's doing this out of desperation, and everyone knows
yes,
it's out of
100%,
desperation. That's why
100%.
it's just sad. Like you're doing this because you're stuck in the corner and you don't have a way out.
My
That's
guy,
literally it.
my guy. Nobody watched the fucking Miss Marvel movies. The Marvels.
No. Nobody watched
their movies.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man,
No one watched that
Quantumania.
shit.
Every movie they've released so far in this phase has bombed.
Yeah.
Like not just so far in the reviews, but the money. There's no money to be made with these movies. The fucking CGI teams are being completely overworked. Like everything is.
Overworked, CGI is literally falling to shreds. Marvel movies look better back. Older Marvel movies look better now than the newer ones that are coming out.
It's
so
disgusting.
sad.
It
It's
makes you just
sad.
feel like this phase again. It just shows you, and we've been saying this for a long time. It should have just ended with Endgame. It should
Okay,
have
okay.
ended.
So here's the thing. Technically, Phase 5.
Let's see these phases real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I
So
know it's five.
technically,
We're in the
yeah.
it's
So
5 and
technically,
6.
Phase 5's kicked off with Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantumania. Then it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I will say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 it's a great movie, but only because of James Gunn. So I can't even give Marvel credit for that shit. Then it's the Marvels, another myths. Then it's Deadpool and Wolverine, and then it's Captain America: Brave New World, and then
The
it's
trailer dropped.
yeah, and then it's Thunderbolts.
So 4 is the one that was also shit. Cause 4,
Yeah, 4 was the one that was.
I know. Endgame ended like that phase ended with Spider-Man, the very next movie. That's when
Yeah,
that phase
yeah,
officially
yeah.
ended.
Yeah, it ended
And then
with
all
Spider-Man.
then Wanda and Vision came out, and all those TV shows started coming out.
Phase 4 was ass. Yeah,
Phase 4 was, I think, is the
ass.
worst one by far.
Yeah.
Because let's look at Marvel Phase 4 here. I mean,
Yeah,
just
look that
man,
up.
just look at these fucking movies. I'm gonna start reading them off to you. We'll just read them out right here. So Phase 4, we have all the TV shows, right? Which we can all agree are
Ugh.
mid at best. At best,
That's
Hawkeye was
giving it too much.
enjoyable, but it's still not like, what, a 6-7. Like it's still not amazing.
It's a 6 at best, yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, dog shit.
Worst TV
Wanda and
show I've
Vision,
ever watched in my life.
Wanda and Vision had a really interesting concept.
It's so interesting.
Until they fumbled the fuck out of it for the sake of
What?
obviously Doctor Strange,
It was
Multiverse
Avica
Madness.
all along.
Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was considered Phase 4.
It says Phase 5 on this website.
All right.
We got
Well, anyway,
conflicting.
we'll ignore that then. We'll ignore that. Maybe that was the plan, and then they changed it up.
Yeah.
All right. I know for a fact this was Phase 4. Eternals,
Yeah,
which
Eternals.
is mid at best. Black Widow, which was mid at
I can't
best.
tell you a single thing that happened in that movie.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Everyone hated that shit. Yeah, hated. So
It was mid at best. The Black Panther movie, which is
It was
sad because
lukewarm.
it's
Lukewarm.
not their fault that Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passed away. So
No.
who knows what the original idea for this movie was to begin with? It's very tragic that that happened. But then again, the Secret Invasion. Do you remember that?
Isn't that a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The fucking
that's
Samuel Jackson,
yeah, the
fucking
worst
with
TV
the
show.
alien people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that? I don't.
I remember, unfortunately, Amelia Clark being in it.
Yeah,
Man,
Moon
that was
Knight.
So sad.
Moon Knight was also Loki.
I thought,
If?
yeah, Moon Knight was
Forgettable.
Fine. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really remember much of it.
It's a lot
I
of TV
really
shows in this
don't.
phase. Miss Marvel, a lot of TV shows. The movies at best were mid, and the TV shows were dog shit.
Dog
except
shit,
for a
yeah.
few that were okay. They were finishable. I say they were fine. I finished it. Okay, fine. She-Hulk, dog shit. And it's like nothing to do with a female-led lead. It has everything to do with the writing and CGI being terrible for that movie.
100%.
Yeah, like She-Hulk, I was never a fan of her in anything, but again, there's better ways to do a character than shitty CGI and a shitty script. Like that makes no sense to me. But yeah, I mean, just
I don't.
I guess
Marvel is really putting their money in the Thunderbolts. Do you really care about that fucking shit?
that's the knockoff Suicide Squad,
That's
right?
the
That's
knockoff, the anti-hero guys. We have
Yeah.
the new Black Widow. We have the new Captain Soldier 47. We have
yeah,
uh,
yeah. The guy from the
yeah,
Winter Soldier. That was
Winter
like the only
Soldier,
good part of
yeah.
that fucking show was him.
Yeah.
the fake Captain America they had being a poster boy and shit.
But that's
Like,
just so uninteresting. I don't know. Maybe that's me. They're gonna have that ghost from Ant Man and the Wasp. They're gonna have that lady in it. Like they're really making this trying to like make a next Avengers movie. But ugh,
but
Marvel
speaking
man.
of the Falcon,
Oh,
he is
Brave New
Captain America
World.
now.
Yeah,
The
Brave New
trailer did
World.
drop. What did you think of it?
Hell, let me tell you something. I damn near fell asleep just watching that fucking trailer. That movie seems so fucking uninteresting to me.
But Red Hulk's in it. Red Hulk's in it. Harrison Ford's Red Hulk. You don't.
I am shocked that they even got Harrison Ford to begin with. Like, what the fuck?
But Red Hulk's in it. Oh, you see all the Marvel NPCs. Oh, Red Hulk. Oh, just it's like it's sad, bro. It's sad.
Like, I
You're
don't really
getting
even know what the movie is really about.
Marvel's blindfolding you and then literally cucking you so fucking bad out of your money, and y'all just eat this shit up. Like y'all eat it up. Like nom 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 nom. These are bad movies. Stop lying to yourself. These are mid to bad movies. There are good movies in this Marvel universe past the end game. Obviously, I thought
Yes,
Spider-Man No Way Home was good.
good.
I thought
Guardians of the
Far From
Galaxy
Home
3 was great, I'll say.
Far From Home was good. It was
Yeah.
mid, but it was good. I liked it. It was clearly just a bunch of fan service. Yeah,
Shang-Chi
Guardians of
was
the
good.
Galaxy. Yeah,
Shang-Chi
I
was
would say
good.
Shang-Chi was actually good. I watched it and I was like, damn, I knew nothing about it, and that was
Surprisingly,
surprisingly
probably
good.
my favorite movie from that phase, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
I would
damn.
say so because it hadn't got that much competition. That phase was ass.
Yeah.
And that phase it was only good because of the stunt work was so fun. The fight
The
scenes in that movie
stunt
are
work was
still
so
really
good.
good.
It really
Yeah.
was.
Like not that the character was that interesting, but again, like it's like Marvel's version of like doing like a raid fight scene. I fucked with it. And so looking back at it, like stop lying to yourself. Like there's and not to say that Marvel movies have always been good, because I would also say they're very Marvel movies. They have
Like
like their
looking
own
back at it, like ooh, yeah, it's like ooh, we
they
really thought
have
this
their
was
own
good.
rating system. I mean, as younger people, we used to always clown Martin Scorsese for saying Marvel films aren't real movies. That fucking old fuck doesn't know what he's talking about. Fucking dumbass
How
old
were
head.
we wrong? How were we
But
wrong?
now growing up, I
It's
look
like,
back and I'm like,
yeah, he was completely fucking right.
yeah, I mean,
He was. It's a it's a event. It's a
yes,
show. It's not a. I don't know how to say it. It's just an event to be at,
it's a comic book
because
movie.
again, I
That's really
guess
the only way you can look at it.
I
It's
guess
like its own genre.
watch Spider Man. Was it Far From Home? No way. Which one was the last one?
Far From Home, No Way Home was the one with Andrew Garfield and
With
Tobey
Andrew
Maguire.
Garfield. Watch that at home. Notice how many times the movie they make a joke and they literally wait for the audience applause to end to continue the sentence. Like they literally have those fucking pauses, and it's so obvious watching that in at home. So Marvel movies always been theater people interacting with the movie, screaming,
Yeah.
shouting. That is what Marvel is at its
It's
best.
like a theater event. It's like,
Yeah.
it's an event to go to, and it's like
It's like watching a
that's
soccer game, like a soccer game, literally, like just a
it's no
sports
different
game.
than that in my opinion. It's made
Yeah,
for people to go to the theaters and
cheer.
it's like these moments of like, oh, like, there should be a fucking applaud and laugh sign
Yeah,
in these things when
literally.
they pop up. It's like it's no different than like a sitcom, like a soap opera. It's like a longer version of a sitcom slash soap opera. Just these moments of like when like fucking a real like Dwight Howard walks in, the audience stops him like, yeah, he's just sitting there just smiling, like, hey, what's up? Like when a celebrity pops up in Zack and Cody, just fucking,
Yeah.
it's like those moments are in the movie. So it's like,
Oh
I
wait,
guess
we are mistaken. There is one more Marvel movie coming out at December 13th. Can you take a wild fucking guess?
I have no idea.
Craven the Hunter.
That's not fucking. That's not.
That's
Shut up.
Marvel. It's
That's a
literally
Sony movie. That's a Sony movie.
hey,
That's a
based on
Sony
Marvel
movie.
comics. Last time I
Man,
checked.
I meant MCU. This is the lot like
Yeah.
MCU movies. Fucking that's Sony, bro. Like get that shit out of here.
You know, I'm
Don't
excited for
man.
the new anti-hero, the Craven the Hunter. He's a
I don't
poacher,
even
but he's
know.
still a good guy.
But it's rated R. But it's rated R though.
Is it?
So you know,
I have
it's rated R.
damn.
Rated R.
About to be
So I
still
mean,
ass, but hey, fuck it though.
here's the thing. Do I like Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven? Yes, I do. Would I rather him do anything else with his acting career? Yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah, he's
Because
really wasting his talents here. I ain't gonna
he's
lie.
such a good fucking actor.
He
I've been
is.
saying this since Kick-Ass. Like the guy is so criminally underrated. They approached him with Bond, and I don't know if that's even official or not because
It's not. No, it's still in
they
talks.
but it's known that he's been approached with it.
Mhm.
And I really fucking hope he gets it because just watch Bullet Train. Watch him talking in his normal accent. Watch him pulling off a
Yeah.
character that has the swagger and the charisma, of a James Bond-like character, and you'll see why he deserves that role. Because I mean, I've been saying Idris Elba, but Idris Elba's getting up there in age now. Again, these
Oh no,
Bond
Idris
movies
Elba's like 10, 20 years off, man. I was thinking more the guy from Snowfall. I forgot what his name was.
yeah, yeah. Let's
The
the guy who
main
plays
actor from
Franklin. Yeah,
yeah,
because he's also British.
yeah, exactly. It fits.
Yeah, yeah.
It fits.
Damson Idris. I might be butchering his name. It might be Damson or something, but Damson Idris. He's young too. He's only
Exactly.
32,
He's
so he
literally
fits the
32.
range.
10 years. You're getting a 10
Because
years of movies
everyone's
with
been
this
calling
guy,
for a
man.
Black Bond for a while now, even though that's not accurate to the book or anything. But I still think if the actor's good, who cares? Like I always,
Yeah, exactly.
again, if the actor is good and the script is good, I could give two shits who's playing Bond,
It really
because
does not. That's not that deep. It really
it's
ain't
the
that deep.
aura. It's the aura. Does he feel like Bond? Does he have the aura of James Bond? That's all that matters. It's
He
no
can
different
pull it
than
off 100%.
yeah. It's no different than what they've done with Deadshot. How Deadshot, it was a Hispanic character, and now lately they've been making him a black character. It doesn't matter as long as he looks and feels like Deadshot. Who gives a shit? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's not. It really isn't that deep. Even though people want to make a big deal about it, it's not that deep. But Craven the Hunter, mid to shit movie at best. I just don't see what's interesting about him as a character. He is the main villain in the Spider-Man 2 game.
And let me tell you, I don't think it was that into him being the main. He was barely in that fucking shit. I'd say he wasn't even that interesting of a character in that, in my opinion. Sony just doesn't know what they want to do. Like it's so crazy. They're great at making games, but then when it comes to movies, I'm like half of the time like, what the fuck are you guys on?
Only way this movie could be is worth watching is if fucking they have one of the Spider-Man show up.
I don't think so.
But again,
what is
it's
that
a
gonna do?
Spider-Man villain
Yeah,
who's not even.
It's gonna be an
But it's not even.
anti-hero. They're making him
I
an
know,
anti-hero.
but oh my god, bro, it's a Spider-Man fucking villain that for some reason gets his own movie, and it's like he's not even the best Spider-Man villain. He's not even like top 4, top 5 in my opinion.
I'll say top 10. I could ask anyone
Spider-Man
who the fuck
has-
Raven the Hunter is. No one's gonna know.
Spider-Man villains are really good. I would say he has some of the best villains in Marvel. Green
Yeah.
Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Electro,
I
fucking
fuck with
Venom.
Electro. Yeah,
Venom has his own fucking
Mysterio.
series, which by the
Yeah.
way, Venom 3 did have a trailer. I don't know if you've seen the Venom 3 trailer.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep
But-
it real. I don't even think I saw the Venom 2 trailer yet. I did. That first movie was so bad.
The
to
Last
me.
Dance. The Last Dance. This is it.
Oh, it's gonna be
It's the end of my Who the fuck has been roofing fucking Tom Hardy to make these fucking movies?
You say
Who
that,
has
but
been
Sony? Sony, my guy? It's another Sony movie.
Who
I'm
has
telling
been
you.
drugging Tom? Man, Tom Hardy's a great fucking actor, and to see him in these shit movies, in this stage of his career, genuinely bothers me. I think Tom Hardy is a good actor.
A good
maybe-
actor. It's a bit of an understatement. He's a phenomenal actor. He really.
But again,
is
some people
phenomenal.
don't see him that way, but I do. I think
Yeah.
he has some good performances. I really do think he does. Legend is a great movie where he plays two fucking
Two
characters
twins.
himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, twins. Warrior, great fucking performance. Revenant, great
Revenant,
performance.
Inception,
Bronson,
Mad Max, of course. I mean, like, come on now. He's one of the fucking.
maybe you could say Mad Max. He's just just not really acting.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's like Keanu Reeves acting. It's more of like performance acting.
yeah, it's just like I just think he's also Locke, very underrated movie.
Oh,
He's-
the
it's
car
literally-
one where he's
it's
driving
just
in a circle
him,
in a car.
just him in a car the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, dude. Just sucks to see good actors in shitty movies on purpose because it's like, it's just
It's-
money.
Is Crow technically a comic book? Because I keep seeing like Crow like being under some shit.
The Crow, I have no idea.
Yeah.
The original Crow, I mean, I'm getting that shit tattooed on my hand. I
Oh?
love the fucking the crow with its wings spread and then you
Mhm.
could see his eyes in it. Like that to me is like the original one. I will die on this hill. It is not-
1994, Yeah.
1994 movie. Obviously, it's famous because Brandon Lee, Bruce
Passed
Lee's son,
away.
died
Yeah.
in the making of the film. And there's CGI in that film, which you cannot even notice because it's so fucking good. But it's like, for me, looking back at it, having watched it recently, it is a very gothic cult classic movie.
Very gothic.
Whereas if you look at it
Very
through a
much.
2024 lens, it's okay. It's not that great of a movie actually, but
you sing?
but it is by far the best Crow movie they've ever made, by far. Like I would give it a solid 7.5 or 8
Okay.
because they made other Crow movies after that were dog shit.
Oh, of course.
Terrible.
It's like Blair Witch.
There's like
yeah.
5 of them. There's 5 of them.
I can see that. The Crow, 2005, 1996, 2000, and 2005. Damn. what
All
the
dog shit.
fuck?
All
Yeah.
dog shit. The Crow
No way.
had a vibe to it that I don't think
Oh,
any movie. The city in The Crow, the only thing I can compare it to is Gotham in the Batman. It is a shitty, terrible city,
it's always that
and
dirty as fuck.
it's one of the few movies I've seen like pull that off of like, damn, this is a shithole that this character got caught up in. But again, Brandon Lee's acting is okay. He is very much like, he comes off a bit much like the Joker, like, but it's just like, again, I don't in my memory, I don't remember that. I
You just thought,
remember
oh, cool
the
evil
very
guy.
the very serious scenes where he's like, talking to somebody because it's a revenge tale. The Crow is essentially like, guy dies and
It's
then
a
the
revenge
Crow
spirit. Yeah.
carries his spirit and brings him back to life essentially. And they're doing it again with Bill Skarsgård, and it's just like, is it Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah, Bill
'Cause that's-
Skarsgård.
And I'm like, I see it.
But you
It
don't.
looks. I no. They
No.
had a screen testing of Jason Momoa as the Crow, and it looks so fucking good.
Yeah,
It
but
looks
that
so
was like
good.
how many years ago, man?
Like 2 years ago. It was not that long ago. It was not that long ago.
Man, I'm pretty
It
sure it
was-
was like 5+ years.
He looked so good. He looked way better.
So
Man,
is
the
it just the
fucking-
hair you think? Because if he had long hair,
No, it's this. It's the smile. It's so over exaggerated. It just, I don't know, dude. It looks.
It is kind of a. It is kind of very.
It looks.
Much,
He looks
yeah.
like the Joker. He looks like the Joker. This, if you showed somebody a clip of Bill Skarsgård, like a screenshot, there are some again with the tattoos and shit, and you're just like, this is the new Joker. People would be like,
Honestly,
oh, okay, I see it.
There's
like-
I've seen some of these. I'm not gonna lie. I remember fucking Hideo Kojima himself posted this shit next to a Death Stranding shit. I'm not gonna lie. There's one picture of like literally his makeup, black makeup is like running down his face and his fucking face
Yeah.
and his mouth. It looks like the fucking Death Stranding. What's it? The tar shit. That is
Yeah.
crazy. It is very.
Now listen,
Joker-like.
listen. I'm not. He looks cool. I will admit that he does
Looks
look pretty
decent.
cool.
Yeah.
Especially with the tattoo, like he looked cool. I get it. The original Crow again, black latex fucking suit and like barely, the white again. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm a fucking diehard Crow fan, but I do like the movie, and I have gone back and watched it many times.
I do
And I
think his
do
costume
appreciate-
is dope. Like the trench coat with the jeans. I fuck with it. I like it.
Yeah. Again, I have to see and wait till it comes out because this is the first Crow movie. This is like the first reboot they've attempted because the rest are considered sequels. Because apparently it's like an anthology. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Crow will drift off to somebody new.
Yeah, exactly.
Once this person's story's over, it goes to somebody different.
Yeah,
so
this is an official remake of the first one.
remake. So we'll
we're
see.
Getting ourselves some more Crow movies if this
We're getting
does
Crow
halfway decent.
before GTA 6. It's crazy.
Oh, GTA 6.
But here's what I'm saying though. It's like the reason the Crow movie has that aura around it is because Brandon Lee died making it. That is the aura.
Yeah.
That is the aura behind the movie. It's like the Twilight Zone movie. It has that aura behind it because it was like one of the most
Tragedy.
catastrophic.
That
Yeah,
was
it's like
crazy what happened with that.
or
one.
like that one movie that what's his fucking name? Scientology. What the fuck's I'm blanking. Tom Cruise made. He made a movie about the guy who used to run drugs for Pablo Escobar.
Oh,
And apparently
yeah,
during that,
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking plane crashed and killed the stunt pilot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like movies that have death on the scene have a different aura behind them. And I feel like it even makes it even creepier because, again, he dies in the movie and he gets brought back. And it is kind of crazy to think that, like, Brandon Lee died making this movie. And essentially the ghost of him, a CGI version of him, is in this movie in places.
It's very
And it's
haunting.
like-
I can
It
see
is
that,
again.
yeah.
It has that creepy aura to it that I don't think you can really replicate. And that's why that movie
Definitely
stands
not.
alone as a cult classic, because of that story behind it. But
Well, of course, they need to make money off it. So here's another sequel to.
I
fucking-
guarantee you go up to 9. No one knows what the fucking Crow is. Again, it's a
No.
very. It was a bomb. That's why it was a box office bomb when it came out in the 90s, and it's like no different than Blade Runner.
Like
Like
it
it's
be a bomb now. You know what else is a big bomb right now? Fucking
Alright, go.
what's it? Borderlands.
Borderlands the movie.
The movie, bro. We've been thinking about making a little movie night when it gets to streaming because that shit looks awful, like
Listen,
CW type shit.
If I'm gonna watch dog shit, I want to at least make fun of it and
Yeah,
have you guys watch
exactly.
us make fun of it because this shit it didn't look good. It didn't. As soon as I saw Kevin Hart being casted as Roland, who's a 6'4"
Hart?
fucking
Come on now.
jacked. Man, I seen
The other
fan
two
cast of fucking
characters?
Kevin Hart's guts from Berserk. Like it's a troll. Like it's a troll. I thought that shit was a fucking troll when I heard that shit
It's
announced.
fucking him with the white shirt just standing like this. Him has guts. But I mean, I
I'm
would
just
say
like
Jamie Lee Curtis or Cate Blanchett as Lilith. Cate Blanchett as Lilith, my guy.
Kate Blanchett as Lilith. She's like 20 something years old,
I
and
remember
Kate
Lilith. Yeah,
Blanchett
yeah,
is
that's
like in her 50s, I think. I will say the guy they casted as Krieg does make sense because again, it's the guy from Creed and the guy from Shang-Chi. You know, the jacked,
oh the big dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, the big jacked actor, Florian. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he again, him as Krieg, fine. Even though he doesn't make sense in terms of the story, they're clearly doing the first game, and Krieg is a
No,
character in
no,
the
no, no,
second
no, no.
game.
They're not doing the game at all. That's the thing. That's the major complaint. Like this movie has genuinely nothing to do with Borderlands. Like people say that. Like I've watched reviews. They said like the
Really?
director, uh, who the fuck is this? Eli Roth, which is like a shit dude. He makes he's the type of guy that's done
Oh,
nothing.
it's Eli
Yes,
Roth.
my guy. The
Okay.
director that makes nothing but shit, but somehow still ends up getting a movie every now
No,
and then.
he makes horror gore movies. He needs to
Man,
stick to that.
he made shit.
Post
My guy, knock, awful. Green
Okay,
Inferno,
but
awful.
he
They're all
makes but those
Thanksgiving,
aren't they're
awful.
not awful. They're fucking they're horror like they're torture porn movies. They're fucking gore movies. That's what he's a horror director. And you don't really like those kind of gore horror movies that just rely on gore, no good plot. Like that's what he is. He's a fucking gore core like actor. Not actor, director.
I
So why the
guess
fuck
so.
is he doing a game adaptation? I have no fucking idea.
Well, he
Let's get
said, well, the thing, a lot of interviews, he practically saying, yeah, I wanted to do my own spin, and he referenced everything except the games. Like he says, like the games are their own thing and the movies are their own thing, so I can pretty much do what I want. And
it's the
everyone
wrong.
says it has.
That's the wrong.
But
Yeah.
guy, there's only apparently from the video games, there's only one or two guns from the video game in the movie. The rest they use regular guns. What kind of shit does that make sense? It's like
The
so.
game that invented the looter shooter. Like there's so much different loot you can pick up.
Yeah.
It is like one of the looter shooters, Borderlands 1 and 2. And it's just like I don't get it, dude. I don't get why they decided to do. Okay, fine. You want to cast Kevin Hart as Roland? Fine. Whatever. But why these characters? Like Tiny Tina, I guess. Why not? She's one of the most popular characters from Borderlands. I get it. You want to have the most but why the fuck did you decide to do Kate Blanchett as Lilith? And then you have fucking I don't like Mad Moxie
I'm
as
just,
played.
it's like this is not just Jamie Lee Curtis. Why the fuck is Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie?
I
Every
don't
time I look
know,
at
dude.
even with Clay Banchak, just whether whatever, I'm over here looking at the poster, Sigourney Weaver just here with fucking glasses, just looking like that. Like, what is this, bro? This is
She
so
plays the doc.
ridiculous.
No Brick,
Like,
the
what is
dude, the
this?
jacked guy. No Mordecai with the fucking with the bird.
Oh yeah,
What's
Mordecai.
his
Yeah,
name?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, with the bird. Like no Mordecai. I will say Jack Black as Claptrap was okay, fine, but
It's the
from
most
apparently
sensible
from what I
one.
heard, from what I heard though, he's not funny at all. Like, there's no funny jokes. A comedy movie, fine. You want to say fuck the games, you want to say fuck all this. At least it's funny, right? But everyone's saying it's not. It's
We gotta
stupid.
watch this. We gotta
We gotta
watch
watch.
this.
I will.
This shit
We gotta
looks
watch
so
this,
fucking
and we
funny.
should start off with Madam Web because Madam Web is on streaming
Ah,
service,
Jesus Christ, yeah,
and that
Madam
is
Web.
considered the worst. Someone's saying this is going bar for bar with Madam Web. Like, hey, bar for bar, trying
Okay,
to like go up
currently
with it.
it's lower than Madam Web on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but it's still new. It's like the review bombing. It'll even out, I think. You'll get some stupid people that are like, oh, it's a fun kid movie with the family.
Critics
Like
is
it's
9, audience scores 51.
yeah. For what?
Borderlands.
That seems about right. That seems about right. What's Madam Web's at?
I am looking it up.
Cause remember, Rotten Tomatoes is only 6 or 10, 6 out of 10 are lower. It gets a negative score. 6 out of 10 or higher is considered positive, and all the Rotten
Why is it a
meter
6? The fuck is
What
that?
is?
Why is it a 6? I'm saying.
Madam Web?
No, why is it only a 6% for Rotten Tomato?
It's a 9% on my screen for Borderlands. Yeah,
Uh,
there's
okay, let's see.
it makes. I mean, yeah. I mean, IMDb's 4.4.
The audience score for Madam Web is 57, and
But you know why? Like, look
I'm
at
just saying,
Morbius.
I'm just saying it's higher. Borderlands is lower than Madam Web, so
Yeah, but
technically
it's like the
worse.
troll. Like, it's like, oh, Morbius is a masterpiece. I think the audience score for Morbius is in the 50s too. Like, it's a shit movie that people like to make fun of, so they give it a high score. It's just, I don't know, dude.
Mm.
I don't take audience scores seriously with these kind of films because they're so bad. that people just love trolling in it. Like, oh, what a masterpiece, 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
some
Like
people
it's.
do just give genuine bad movies high scores because that's what their taste is. As funny as it's
I
just
mean, that
honest
is
that is,
true.
it's just
This
their
is made
taste.
for the average person who's never heard of Borderlands. They'll watch this movie and be like, yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's alright.
It's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it so many time and time again. It's like I have people that don't like aren't considered like in the know of like comics and video games, and they'll watch movies like the Uncharted movie. I've
Oh
heard
my,
good things about
oh
the Uncharted
bro.
movie. Oh, I thought it was good. Or fucking, I wouldn't shock me if again I get in a few weeks I get somebody who watched this movie and is like my brother or like somebody that like doesn't read comics. That was a fun movie. I love Kevin Hart. I love Kevin Hart. He's hilarious. Like I could see it right now. Like I'm not
I
saying
don't know, man. Cause
these are what movies
I
are.
feel like nah. People like even regular people are saying this movie's not even funny. Like it's bombing on the box office. Like no one's watching this. That's the thing. It's like bombing. Let's
I mean,
see.
I'll just go and say it. Do you think video game movies should even exist? Because I don't think they really should for real.
Well, that's the thing. We can't. But like movies, maybe not. But I mean, look at fucking Last of Us and Fallout. Those shows were genuine. Those two are some great
TV
shows.
shows,
You know?
TV shows.
Yeah.
I said TV shows are fine because you can extend the story, but a movie though, like an hour and a half, like video games are like at the most a short video game is like considered 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
That's the short. That's a short video game.
It surely is.
So to turn that into an hour and a half movie or a 2 hour, because these movies aren't 2 hours, they're like hour and a half, hour 45. I just don't see how that works in a movie. A show makes sense. I mean, speaking of Last of Us, season 2, we had a little sneak
A
snippet,
little snippet
a
for the a
little
little
slice they
slice
throwed us.
of
We saw, we saw Ellie grown up. We saw
wow,
that scene of
grown up.
her.
She looks exactly the
Well,
same to me. I don't know.
yeah, I
It's
mean
like
that's.
literally a 2 year difference, but hey, whatever.
Let's say it right now. Do you think they should have recast her for the older version of Ellie? Because some people are saying they should. Some people are saying, why does it matter?
I think at this point, it doesn't like again. They went through this long ass fucking casting for her already. They might as well stick to her. So yeah, like just logistically, yeah, they might as well stick to her. Do I think they should? I think they should have casted a different person, but I mean, the actress herself, has been killing it. I'll say that.
Yeah, we've
Is her
said it
looks
once.
believable? Her looks aren't really believable. Pedro Pascal's ain't believable. Tommy ain't believable. But at this point, they're just different people. It's a different
Again,
thing.
we watched season 1 and it was good.
Yeah,
Like it was good. They again,
it was great. I'd say it was great. It was really
it's
good.
copying a 10 out of 10
Yeah,
story. So how bad can you fumble it if it follows the game?
yeah.
But what they did with Bill and the shit that they elaborated on, what they did with Sam and Henry, like again, they tweaked some things I think for the better.
They
In
added some
the
things too.
they've
Yeah.
added some things I think for the better with the show, and I'm praying because season 1 we knew if they followed the story it's gonna be good, but this one, season 2 is
Ooh.
not considered a good game. There
The,
it is considered a very divisive story. I would say the game wise it's good, it's great,
the game
but the
itself is
story
good, but the story, my guy, is
is
poorly
so
paced.
is
It's a
so yeah.
poorly paced story. Like no, like whether you love it or hate it, you cannot tell me that the way the game was set up was not in a good pace. It was not at all.
I
And
would say that it is probably one of the most divisive games. I would say I wouldn't even really say that because I think a lot of people genuinely it got cool to dog it. It became cool to shit on the game, but there were people that did like it, and
I,
maybe I'm in
I,
that.
I come across more people enjoying it than
Yeah.
really hating it. So I'm
So I would
thinking
say it
it's
is
more
divisive then.
50-50. Yeah, I think it is
Yeah,
50
because
50.
it became cool to hate it when it came out.
Yeah.
Joel dying, spoiler alert, the game's been out for 4 years now, but Joel's death, I think, really did spark a rage in the internet.
Yeah,
I think people.
definitely.
I mean, I seen a guy straight up take his game out and then cut it up on stream.
See,
It's
that
just
that
like
point, you're doing too
you're just
much.
stupid.
Yeah,
You're just
come on
stupid. You
now.
just wasted $70 or
Yeah.
$60. But it's like, again, it became cool to hate it. You have people that don't even do. I saw the guy that did nothing but make music content. They made a video about this. Made a video about, man, y'all ruined Joel and this and that. Like again, people that they do nothing but make content that has nothing to do with video games. We're even talking about it. So it's like it really sparked a rage in the internet that I've never really seen before.
Because
And
it was he did it dirty, it wasn't done right. Like I will still stand by that fact. If you want, okay, I understand Joel dying. Again, I completely get that. But do you know how much better or how much more it would have hit if it was deeper in? Not in the fucking cold opening. Like they did it for shock value. That's the only
yeah,
reason why they did it, and that's
they
why it
wanted to
doesn't sit right with me.
recapture.
Yeah.
They wanted to recapture Sarah's death in the
You
first game.
capture lightning in a bottle. He should have died way longer
The
into the game,
climax.
or
The
the
climax.
climax, or like
Yeah.
several hours in, not 20 to 40 minutes into the game.
So
It was just so bad.
I'll pitch this, right, because I've always said this. Maybe the show can do this. Maybe they're not going to. Maybe they'll stick to their guns. Maybe Neil Druckmann will be like, fuck it, y'all
No,
are
they
doing what
will.
the
They
fuck
will.
I want,
I think they will.
which I think they will. But I pitch a world where Ellie and Abby are introduced, right? And
Yeah.
Abby and Ellie meet each other outside of Jackson,
Yeah.
and they work together to get out of a bad situation. And you even think like, damn, like they low key could be friends for real.
Abby's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
Abby's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you find out, and Abby talking about like, why are you out here? Like, oh, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for someone that killed my father or some shit. And she's like,
Yeah.
wow, like, oh, like that, I know what it's like to lose family, like this and that. Like, and they bond over trauma.
Over like the
And
fire pit during the night or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And then you realize, maybe Abby doesn't realize it, but you as the character realize,
Ellie. Yeah.
or yeah, through Ellie, like, damn.
Wait
She
a
starts talking
minute.
about like, she starts like, wait a minute.
It's a bit too
Yeah,
specific.
he walked into the I was serving out in St. Mary's, or whatever the fuck the hospital was
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
and this guy, killed everyone in there, and then you hear her violent tale of this monster who killed everybody
Yeah.
left no survivors barely, and killed and murdered my dad who was trying to save the world. And you think about it, I'm like, damn.
Wait a minute. That sounds
Joel's
kind of
Joel is her villain. Joel is her villain. Like that's
Exactly.
crazy. And then she finds Joel, and then she kills him.
Because maybe you should work on making the audience like a character before having the character kill a bag of puppies in front of you. Because at that
Yeah.
point, like her killing Joel, you can't like Abby. I'm sorry. Like no matter what you do, with the most people, when you look at that, that's enough. That's it. We should have made Abby get connected with the audience before her doing that shit. That
You know what
game would have
sucks?
hit even more. And then Ellie letting her go at the end would have made 1,000 more percent chance, more sense. Because Ellie letting Abby go at the end makes no fucking sense. But if we had the contents of like what you said, fucking having the background, having missions the first couple hours, you liking Ellie, her Ellie letting Abby go would have made more sense.
Yeah, liking Abby, I felt like they did it through a gameplay perspective, like giving Abby all the cool missions, all the cool guns.
Yeah, literally made
but
Abby
it's
the main
like,
character of the game.
but it's like, that's not how you do a character. You do it through writing, not through
Yeah.
gameplay. Like again, Ellie's gameplay felt very much like the last game, but Abby had all the new guns and had all the new systems, and like it's just they really wanted you to like Abby through the gameplay.
Abby had literally
because
all the boss fights. She had
Yeah.
all the fucking boss fights.
all the cool
ones.
missions.
Yeah.
That fucking island mission towards the end, Abby. That was like
fucking
that was
giant skyscraper tower. You have to sneak
Yeah.
around Abby.
the fucking
Riding
Rat
on
King
horses.
you fight.
Abby, yeah. Rat King,
Yeah,
Abby.
Yeah, so I feel like the best way they could do this is not killing him in the first episode. Maybe save that for the second or third. I don't think they can.
Up. Oh, they said they're splitting up. They said they're splitting up the season for whatchamacallit, 2 parts. It's a 2-part
Yeah.
thing. And I think the best way to go about it is kill Joel at the season finale of season 2.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is the best. But like I
But
said,
how
photos.
do you do that?
Pedro Pascal when fucking he filmed for like a week and dipped. He's doing Fantastic Four now. Like I think they're going to kill him off at episode 1 or 2 because fucking my fucking light. Jesus Christ.
His light keeps falling for those that are listening. But what I think, it sucks because he's probably gonna die in the episode 1, and it sucks because there's really no way of changing it without changing the entire script, changing the entire story of the first. Because that is what kicks off the game is him dying. That's what kicks off Ellie going to Seattle and fighting the fucking wolves and shit. And it's like, I would like for them because how they did it in the game is the first half of the game is Ellie, second half is Abby.
Yeah.
It would be nice for them to flip back and forth and show both perspectives ongoing because then maybe it can help you better connect. But I just think that they need to start
I think what they're gonna do with the first episode is going to be completely how they did it with Sarah, how it was from Sarah's perspective in the
Abby.
first episode. It's going to be completely Abby, and then
think
introduce
so.
Ellie. I think at least that's the better way, so you can have the audience maybe like Abby a bit for at least one
Maybe?
episode.
that could work.
Because
That
remember,
could
based
work.
on the trailer they showed, the Horde was attacking Jackson. In the
Yeah.
game, it was just attacked a random hotel or
Yeah,
a random
yeah.
ski resort or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the
like
resort, yeah.
in the fucking show, you see Tommy fucking shooting from the Jackson wall and Hort's running towards the wall. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
already doing different shit, which I'm thankful for. So they're not sticking by the fucking game.
I think what you just said could work perfectly, and I think that could be the direction they go. Is started off with Abby's perspective. You see
Yeah.
her father dead. You're like, oh my god, because the way they did Joel's massacre in the hospital in the show was really well done.
Yeah, it
They
was.
did that. People were giving up. He was just bam, just
Please,
moving on,
please. Yeah.
bam. Like the way they showed him being ruthless
cold, cold.
was really good. And I think if they start off with Abby, they show her perspective, and then maybe it gets to her, it cuts to her at the snow, and then maybe at the end of the episode she runs into Joel, and then boom, it cuts, and then the next episode shows their perspective, and then leading up to that, and then maybe Joel dies in episode 2. I think that could work.
Yeah, but still, though,
Because it's still too early. I get it. There's no fixing it. But if you're gonna do it in a better way,
do it that
if you're going
way.
to introduce a
us,
character,
HBO.
yes,
Listen to
yes,
us.
please listen to the people on a podcast, please, because I think introducing a character, a new one, and if you want her to be one of the main protagonists of the story, you have to have the audience like them.
Yeah.
Because
Can't
watching
have him
somebody
fucking killed one of the most beloved video game characters of all time, and then spend the next 20 hours trying to say, well, look, she is a good
technically he's
person.
not a beloved character. Technically he's not beloved because he killed innocent people. He's not beloved, as what some fucking people would say. But bro, he is. He's
Yeah.
Joel. We connected with him so much. He's the protagonist of one of the best video games of all time. He is a well-received character that people can connect to because he's just a normal guy that fell into a very shitty situation and had to attack the horrors of the world, and then lost his daughter, finds
Exactly.
Ellie. I just think that looking at it, I think that season 2 and season 3, I mean, I really hope they'll do it right. I think the casting for Abby is good, even though I feel like that's who they should have casted for Ellie. But whatever.
I'm thankful because I think the best thing about the show is that the best thing about the show is the shit they changed from the video game. The best episodes were literally fucking Bill and Frank. Like that was one of the best TV shows episodes I watched. Like the amount of emotion they were able to pack in a singular episode for 2 characters that are just in that singular episode. Like it's great.
I think what they did with
I do
Joel,
think the writing is good.
I think what they did with Joel in that scene with Tommy, of him, you feel because every time you played the game, you always felt like Joel was in control.
Yeah, he was he's unstoppable force.
He's a command. Yeah. He knows what to do. He never really panics. He's like has his shit together. Allie's the one that freaks out and panics. You know what I mean? Like that's the character that does that shit. But
then
watching
Pascal,
Joel, that was his best scene. They let him just cook that scene.
I didn't hear him coming.
Yeah. I'm old. I'm weak. Every day I go to sleep and I wake up and I don't know what's different, but I know I've lost something.
Yeah.
That is crazy to say. He goes, every day I wake up and I fail her. That's him pleading with Tommy, please take her.
Instead of he doesn't trust himself.
Instead of just saying, stop being a bitch, Tommy. Like, come on, leave your whole family behind. Like, he gives him a reason. I'm like, damn. If I was Tommy, like, yeah, because Tommy is the younger brother, ex-Desert Storm, like, ex-military. Like, it makes sense to me why Joel would see him. Because it's like, I'm too old. Like, I barely got us here. Like, she could die in front of me. You know what I mean? So I just think.
So again, what the show did with their own work, it was good. Even the intro of like the TV show, and then the hospital lady in like Indonesia or somewhere, like there, like it started like so. It's like what they did was good. So they clearly know what they're doing. So I do have hope, and I'm still hyped about it.
He's a good writer. Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about Neil Druckmann. Yeah, the guy who wrote Chernobyl. He has a name. Let's get his fucking name.
He does have something.
I keep referencing fucking Chernobyl because that is like, I think that was rated as like one of the highly most rated shows on IMDb.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is, I mean, that's a pretty yeah. And I would writing right here. His name is. I have no idea. Hold on, give me 1 second. That's what Neil Druckmann wrote. Neil Druckmann, apparently, from what I've heard. Because just from watching the backstage, like they do, like after the episode, they show like these little snippets of like the writer's process and stuff. And
he was involved. I would say
he was involved, but he wasn't like. He always talks about.
I thought he was a co-writer. Is he not a co-writer for the show? I swore he was a co-writer.
Man, I feel like the same way that fucking George R. Martin's a co-writer for Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, hey, is this good? Okay, yeah. Hey, can you like sit in front of a camera and act like you wrote this shit? Okay, yeah. I don't know, dude. Maybe. Because I know for a fact they're like, hey, maybe for this season he's not a co-writer.
Yeah.
Maybe like, hey man, you need to back the fuck up. Like you're not fucking ruining this shit for us. he might just be like, man, nah, fuck that shit. Oh, his name is Mason. Mason what though? Hold on. Let me get his last name here. Let me get his first name here.
I mean, we saw the previews and stuff for
Craig
whatchamacallit.
Mazin. That's what it is. Craig Mazin. There
We
we
saw
go.
the previews for the Last of Us season 2 for the House of Dragon season finale. But
Yeah.
before we get to House of Dragon, I do want to talk about the Hedge Knight. It's
Yeah.
Knight's Tale.
Go
That
ahead.
is going to go crazy. You know anything about that?
No, I know nothing about that.
Oh shit.
Tell people because I don't think a lot of people know what that is. Maybe unless you're a diehard Game of Thrones fan, like you know what that
I
is.
wasn't even a diehard because for me, I think I was back when I was like reading Game of Thrones. They had a comic book series called The Hedge. Well, it's not a comic. It was based off a book, but I read like a comic book version of the book called The Hedge Knight, and it takes place like 80 years before whatchamacallit, 80 years before the events of Game of Thrones, where
Yeah.
it is the Mad King. What was the Mad King's name again in Game of Thrones?
Oh, Aegon Targaryen, I
Aegon
think.
Aegon Targaryen. It was
Was it? Yeah.
it's about his father about him and a being a squire to a knight. So practically it's just him and the
Oh, it's
knight
Eris. My bad. Eris.
Eris, and then Aegon. I
Eris.
think
Yeah.
Aegon Targaryen is or AKA Egg is his squire to the
Exactly. Yeah.
Hedge Knight, and him
They
and
all have the same
yeah,
fucking names.
exactly. It's
Hard
like
to.
they all like share the same shit, but it's pretty much just a knight's tale. They're gonna go around town to town. They're gonna do knight shit. They're gonna do fucking fighting. There's like a
And
cool
yeah,
battles, like very important characters. I will say, the younger version. Remember that one old dude that
Aemon. Yeah. His
uh,
name was Aemon. Maester Aemon or
yeah,
some
Maester
shit.
Aemon
Yeah.
that went to like Daenerys and then died in that fucking fight. Yeah, he's gonna
He
be
was on
at
the
his prime.
wall.
Yeah, he was gonna be in the prime. His prime is
Yeah.
gonna be there. Apparently, Bloodraven, which is like one of the most important characters of all of Game of Thrones, is going to be in it as well. So there's going to be a lot of lore, and it's gonna be pretty good. I'd say.
I mean, I know that. Yeah, his name is Aegon, and he's called Egg because they shave his head, to keep him from his revealing
Secret,
his
yeah,
silver
because he's
hair.
silver hair Targaryen. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was
So
a
I mean,
book
it's
series from he published it in 1998, and then they made a comic book version like years later. And I read the comics, and it's fun. It's gonna be fun.
yeah. We'll watch it because
Yeah.
House of Dragon is also. Let's talk about it. House of Dragon season 2. What do you think about it as a whole? We could sit here and do a whole fucking episode nitpicking the shit out of it, but I mean, let's just talk about
Overall,
the
I
big
say I
shit.
like it. I liked it. It was
I would
good,
say it is
but
a weaker
it's
season than
yeah,
season 1.
it's weaker because it's like because season one, the way it ended. We're gonna talk about spoilers here. I'm gonna just say that right now. So the way
Yeah,
season
yeah.
one ended, her son died, and then she practically is like, "Okay, we're gonna go to war. We're ready. The Greens versus the Reds. The Targaryens versus the what Highstones,
Yeah, I
High
don't.
Towers, Hightower,
Yeah,
Alison Hightower, Rhaenyra versus Alison Hightower. But then
yeah.
this season is okay. We're not gonna go to war.
Wait, 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 wait,
We
wait,
don't
wait.
want
Let's.
war, so let's hold off the war. But then at the end of it, it's like, you know what? Let's just go to war. I'm like, I thought,
Listen,
like,
listen.
wait, what?
We talked about it. Season 2 of shows are kind of
It's
hit or
always kind of the
miss.
weak, yeah.
It's kind of Game of Thrones season 2 was kind of like this because again, you end off season 1 with such a huge moment with
Yeah,
obviously
exactly.
Ned
Ned
Stark getting his
dying,
head cut off.
yeah.
So you really can't like go too crazy in the second season because you I don't know. Season 2 was still good at Game of Thrones. I'm not saying it was bad,
Yeah.
but this season I think did the worst thing it could do was that it took Damon, which is my favorite character, and had him
What
doing
did
Silent Hill fucking
Yeah, like,
Silent Hill
that was
roleplay in a
so
fucking in a
odd.
castle.
Like, he was
Like
having fever dreams and like night, like, what's it called? Just walking around at night, just fucking hallucinating, seeing shit, constantly talking to like either young Rhaenyra or what's his brother,
yeah,
the
young
Viserys.
Viserys.
That
Yeah.
yeah, did like both of them dead, but like I don't. He was talking to a witch character that like they were either fucking or not. I don't really know. And then he
It's
was talking
crazy
about
because
overthrowing Rhaenyra, but then it's
so
like
that's why he went there, right? He
yeah,
goes to this castle that's a mutual that's it's neutral and he goes to take it for Rhaenyra, but as he gets there he's like maybe I want to be king.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe I want to be king, which again, showing that conflict within him makes kind of sense because he is that kind of character that like wants everything for himself
Mm.
essentially. But I would have liked it if he would have stayed on that hill, and he doesn't. He goes right back to Rhaenyra, and it's just like, yeah, all right, you're my queen, which is like fine, whatever. But I just think that this show had too many. Whereas the first season was pretty consistently good.
It was, yeah, it was.
This show kind of dips down in places.
I'd say what was it? Episode 6 was bad. I think
Small Folk was the name,
that shit
and it
was
was
nonsensical. If I'm being honest,
it
with
was
you.
one of the
It was
worst
like,
rated,
it's like,
yeah, Game of Thrones episodes in all
like,
of like, yeah.
I
It's
don't
one of the worst ones.
understand why they did what they did with that shit, but I will say the rest of it, the season finale was kind of, it didn't really feel like a trailer. I do
Yeah,
like the fact that people say it was. I don't think it was a boring season. I just think they just blue balled us. It's like how when original Game of Thrones was coming, winter is coming, and the dragons, the dragons are in eggs, but they still have to hatch. Oh, the dragons are coming! I swear, the dragons are coming. Oh, winter's coming, and it's like, well, when are they gonna show up? They're kind of
yeah,
dragging it along, and they're practically
yeah.
doing that with this season, where like they're kind of dragging the war along. But I do think
Well,
season 3, I would say has to be the end. It has to be
yeah.
the last season.
I don't see how they can keep some characters going after season 3 because I feel like
Yeah.
they're reaching their. Some characters have already reached their potential. Like they've already reached their. Like Kristen, like the noble knight. I mean, we talked about.
Sir
He's now
Kristen
with
Cole.
Sir Kristen Cole, the Rizzler. He's
Oh
now
my
with
god.
Alicent. But even that dynamic of like how her brothers introduced, Alicent's brothers introduced, and they go on like these they ride together to do missions and shit. And even he talks about it where it's like, she saved my life twice, once from someone else and once from myself or some shit.
Yeah.
So he definitely does have like this weird dynamic with her where like he looks up to her even though she's, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I feel like his character arc's kind of done. Like he can die now. Like that's cool. Like I don't know what more he could do.
A
I
lot
feel
of
like
them, yeah.
a lot of the children I feel like have been severely underused in this season. Season 1, I get it. They're changing actors, they're
What's
growing.
Rhaenyra's son? What's his name?
The mewing master
The
himself
viewing
comes
master, her heir,
every
the
every
heiress.
scene. I think it's Jace. Jace. His name is Jace because his
Yeah.
full name is like Jaceres or
The
some shit. But he's
Jaceres,
Jace.
yeah. It's like,
But he's
okay.
Jace. Yeah, I mean he's again. I feel like there should be more to his character, but there isn't. They're not really doing anything with him. He's pretty much a side character. He's not like any of the. It's not like how they're treating the other side of the ocean with Alicent's kids.
Yeah,
Aegon and
Alice's
Aemon.
kids are way more like active and pushing the story along than Rhaenyra. Because like I
Yeah.
guess it's more because Rhaenyra is the main character, whereas Alicent is kind of not really the main character now. It's more like Aemon.
She is the main character. She's in the poster. It's literally
No,
her and Rhaenyra facing off. So it's like,
she's not. I'm talking about pushing the story wise, my guy. She is
yeah,
not pushing the story more. All she wants to do is run away now. Aemon is the one saying we're going on an all-out war. Like Aemon and Daemon and Rhaenyra are the ones moving the pieces around.
I will
Those are the
say
three.
Aegon. Let's talk about the best episode in the show by far when they attack this small fort that has no real significance other than that it is so close to Rhaenyra's island.
It's a
Dragons.
port city. It's just a
Yeah,
port city. Yeah.
but it is very close to what's the place called where she's
Dragonstone.
at? Dragonstone. So that's why they need this. And they're thinking it's just going to be an easy fight. We'll just take it over. We'll outrun it. We have a dragon. They don't. What they don't expect is fuck, let me get her actual name. It's the oldest lady, the queen that never was, that character. She
Princess
shows
Rhaenyra.
up.
No, Rhaenyra.
It starts with an R. It starts with an R. It's like Rhaenyra. I think it is Rhaenyra.
No,
Or Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. Wait, no, see, that's the thing. It's like Rhaenyra is the main one, and then her name is like
Yeah.
something Rhaenyris, or like it's
Rhaenyra, yeah.
the queen that never was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it's the best episode because we see dragons fight, and that is like very interesting. And that's
It
when
was
you
pretty
realize
dope. It was pretty
how
dope.
fucking big Aemon's
Yeah.
dragon is. I forget the names of the dragons, but Aemon has. They keep talking about his dragon. They keep
Yeah, I
name
don't
dropping
know
it.
the
Like
name. Yeah, he
we
has the
can't.
biggest dragon in the.
And
Compared
it's
to everyone.
fucking
Yeah.
enormous compared to every other dragon. And it was what the best part of this though, and it's a key point, is what happens to Aegon, who is the king. He on his own puts on the conqueror armor.
Even though
and says, I'm
everyone
gonna
told him to stay put.
stay the fuck here. You're a king. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
fighting in battles. And he's like, no, fuck this. Like,
Yeah,
because
alright.
obviously they killed his son, and he
Yes.
wants to get his bone back. He has a bone to pick with them. You know what I mean? But probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have fucking stayed because what happens is,
Aemon saw his chance.
he fucking took that shit. But let's start off with the fact that he was getting his ass kicked
Yeah,
by
her.
fucking Rhaenyra's dragon. Was kicking his ass the entire time. and they're like locked together. And
And
Aemon
Dance with
has
Dragons, fucking spinning around,
yeah,
fucking
and
fighting.
Aemon on his dragon just fucking burns fucking Aegon, and Aegon's dragon just falls out the fucking sky and boom, completely crippling him, completely just
Completely, yeah.
scarring him. But the best scene, in my opinion, in this whole season was Rhaenyra. She was riding away. She was
Oh
leaving. She
yeah.
looks back, sees Aemon's dragon still there, and you could see it in her head. Like she knows she probably can't beat him,
But she has to
but
try, yeah.
she has to try. And
Literally.
then she just she doesn't even, man, she just says fucking Melissa or some shit. She doesn't say, like, she says attack.
Dracarys? Yeah, something.
No,
Yeah,
not Jakar.
yeah,
She
she
says
said
something
something
else,
else. Yeah.
which means attack or some shit.
Attack.
And she just fucking, just fuck it, let's do this, let's go. And she turns and she was putting up a good fight, but
They
you
fucked
know,
them up a bit, but yeah, at the end.
but Aemon got her ass.
Aemon
And
got her,
that
man.
scene of her and her dragon looking at each other with the other dragon's
Your
mouth,
mouth like
on
about to
its
like
neck.
kill it. Yeah, her dragon
And
is staring at her. Oh.
yeah, and then its neck snaps, and then her dragon's falls.
False. She just goes
she
like,
just
yeah,
accepts,
just
accepts it.
Yeah. That shit was
Because
dope.
to me, like
That's how they want to
that.
go out. They want to go out as dragon riders because they're
That's
dragon
why that one
riders
character, Damon's first wife, killed herself because she wanted to go off.
in
She
fire.
couldn't fight.
Yeah, fire and blood.
Because, yeah, I want to go a dragon rider's death, and now I can't because I'm married and I'm a noble. I can't fight, and it's just like that's how she wanted to go out. And I mean, it was a great fucking scene.
It really
That
was.
again, but you know, there's some ups and downs in that season overall. I would say that
It was weaker than the first one. I'll say that. Yeah.
I will say the finale is probably what stamped that as like, okay, it's more like a 7. It's like, because I feel like out of all the episodes, I think 3 are objectively mid and they're
3.
not needed.
Okay.
I would say 2 or 3 just don't serve any purpose in the plot. A lot of those episodes, again, that consist of fucking Damon just dream walking and fucking, again,
It was a lot of fucking dream walking for him. That was all
Rhaenyra
Damon's
going
fucking
to
thing.
to King's Landing and meeting
Just
up
to
with
talk. That
Alicent.
was stupid. Yeah.
That's stupid. What do you have to talk about? There's nothing to talk about.
But then
And then
Allison does it again. It's like, damn. It's just kind of
but
convenient,
Alicent
huh?
pretty much confirmed to her what Rhaenyra was already thinking, that when Viserys was on his deathbed, he wasn't talking about Aegon, her son. He was talking about Aegon, the king
Conqueror.
that was never, that
Song of
he'll
Ice and Fire.
the Song of Ice and Fire. And that's when Rhaenyra looks at her and is like, you're my dad got it. Like you're mishearing what my dad was talking
I
about.
mean,
He's
that
talking
only
about a
made
story.
her more secure with her decision because she was doubting it. She's like, damn,
Yeah.
my father really changed. Like, nah, he didn't.
Yeah.
He did not.
And they're setting up for something. I mean, the whole plot is kind of weird because they have all these dragons, but I got all these dragons, but no riders. And so it's like they
that
look
was
for.
convenient as fuck. Yeah, that was very convenient.
It was kind of weird how they like again we're following this character, this peasant character in King's Landing. It's like who gives a fuck about this normal guy in King's Landing? He has no, but he has white hair, and so you're just like, okay, maybe he'd be important later. Oh, we need more riders. We need to go and announce that we need riders. We need people from King's Landing who have Targaryen blood, Targaryen bastards to
Like,
bond with the dragon or some shit. And it's
bro, I
like
don't
it's
really-
kind of weird. Like I don't really give a fuck about.
It's not
some
weird. It's
peasant-
very convenient. Like literally, the whole problem with her Rhaenyra was that they needed more dragon riders, and what happened in her solving the problem, she has 3 more dragon riders at the end of the season, just magically
Yeah.
because somehow what's the name? No, the black guy, the salt, driftwood.
Oh.
Driftwood. Fuck, what's his name?
No, what are you talking about? The main guy with the dreads or the guy with the?
Yeah, the hand, the king's hand.
No, I don't fucking remember. Again, that's the thing. You kind of just remember the
it's a
faces
lot
more
of
than the fuck.
characters.
All the names get really confusing because it's a lot of like really interesting names. His name is Corlys.
Corlys. He has
Sir Corlys.
He has 2 bastard sons.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Alan
okay,
and
whatever.
something
Yeah,
else.
whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. I'll believe it. But then one of his bastard sons happens to be a dragon rider, which is weird because his bloodlines isn't a dragon rider, and his explanation was, "Oh, I never knew your mother's origin, so I guess your mother has some Targaryen blood in her." Oh, that's convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah, how convenient. And then these 2, one cocky one and this one not cocky, like kind of stoic one, show up
Yeah.
out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're also dragon riders now. It's like it's convenient. It's like a lot of convenient shit happened this season.
I think that's what brings it down for me. I look at it and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of like weird writing in this. Like it looks like, again, this was shorter than season 1. It was 8 instead of 10
It
episodes.
was. It felt longer
But I
too.
feel
It
like
felt
I feel
longer.
like yeah, I feel like it could have been 6 episodes. I feel like some of these episodes don't need to exist.
One of them
And then
surely did not need to
you have these
exist.
weird moments of like Rhaenyra and the one Damon's ex-wife kissing, which never gets talked about ever again. Like there's just these weird moments of like
Oh yeah,
character
the
choices.
whisper lady. Yeah.
These weird character moments where you're like, why did they do that?
They
And why
kiss
did
and
they just...
it's never. I don't. They don't. They what? They talk. They have like 1 or 2 more scenes after that, and that's
But they
it.
never bring it up. They never
Yeah,
talk
they
about, hey,
never
that
bring it
happened.
up.
Like that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Again, but there are when you mix that, but then the scene with the twins, and they fight, and
That
then he
was
kills his
yeah.
twin, and he's like, "Forgive me, my lady," and
Then
kills
he stabs on
himself.
his sword and kills. Oh yeah.
Like you
Ooh.
have, it's mixed with good scenes, so that's
Remember
why I feel
what?
like it's a.
What was Kirsten Cole? What is it? A dance with dragon and man just turned to ashes. What was that shit again?
Dragons dance and men turn to ashes. Because
Yeah, it's like,
again, Kristen
yo.
got fucked up in that fight too.
Yeah.
He got knocked out. He went to like put his hand on somebody, and they just turned to ash.
Yeah.
He's just like that's his. Because I guess you
We're
could
all
say like
riding to our doom.
he's never seen what dragons can do to men. He's seen
Yeah.
dragons, but he hasn't seen like what a dragon looks like in a fight,
In
which makes
action.
total sense
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it hasn't happened before for him. So I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for season 3. I think that it is a finale that I'm looking forward to. Speaking of finales and being the last season, it is confirmed that the next season, The Boys, will be the last.
Oh,
And we have
yes.
finished season 4 of The Boys.
And apparently, it's the weakest season yet.
Yeah, it's
According
terrible.
to
Gay
everyone, it's
Frenchie,
mid, yeah.
bisexual Frenchie,
Bisexual
politics,
French,
fucking
politics.
sucks ass, bro. Shit sucks.
It
Shit
is
fucking
my
sucks, bro.
favorite season so far, and it's been the most negatively received. I genuinely don't understand that. Maybe I'm just bugging out. Maybe I think that the jokes and everything and all the, especially what's it Yui, all the improvement they did with Starlight and Yui, even Homelander getting his own nice little
I think
episode.
I think that was the last episode we talked about on the podcast was the Homelander when he was in his lab
Oh
talking to his.
yeah, right.
So a lot has
yeah.
happened since that. I mean, man, some of the shit again. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but
If it's not your sense of
watching
humor, I understand.
watching
it.
Huey
Yes.
go undercover as a bootleg Spider-Man and getting flogged and fucking like being a sub to fucking the knockoff Batman who is a dominant and wants to fuck like I don't know.
Yeah,
That shit's funny to me. That shit's fun. And while
It's
that's
very
happening
South
in,
Park. It's very South
yeah,
Park.
while that's happening in a basement, there are real stakes being had in the top floor with them making political decisions on how
To
we want to
take
go
over
about
the
this.
world, practically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is watching this. A Train finally snapping and finally pretty much, saving lives. And when he saved Mother's Milk, who was dying of a heart attack or had his like passed out from
Passed
a panic
out,
attack,
panic attack, sent him to
And
the
he-
hospital.
he brought him, and the kid saw him save somebody.
Just
and
a
he's like,
kid, yeah.
yeah, and he's like, he says like that look from that kid made me felt better than any bullshit I've ever done in VOD. Made me feel like I had something to do with
Because
my life.
VOD was always fake. That was all. It was
Yeah.
always staged. Not a real hero. But again, his redemption arc, Starlight her acting her ass off in the season finale as that shapeshifter, like
Yeah.
chef's kiss. That shit was amazing.
I would
Frenchie
say
is like,
that-
whatever. But
Again, I feel like Frenchie peaked season 2. I feel like the writers have still not know what to do with this character since season 2.
yeah.
Again, Mon Pierre,
Mon
and then
Pierre.
fucking Kamiku's like,
But I do like what they finally did with them. That was like a long time
I'm a
coming.
monster,
Yeah.
like in sign language. Like, I mean, it's pretty much the same shit over again. But
yeah.
how they ended this might be, I'll say it, this is the best season finale they've done. In The
Oh,
Boys.
100%. The best
This is the best
by
one
far.
because they usually fumble the season finale.
Yeah.
They usually kind of fumble it a
Nah,
bit.
Homelander got
He won.
even
mean,
even him not listening to the smartest lady in the world. She somehow still managed to win, and then she gave it to him, and he's like, "Why did you do this for?" He's like, "To see if I could," and he said, "Let's
That
do it
shit's
again."
crazy.
It's like yo.
So essentially, Soups are in the White House. They are
Yes.
now in the White House, and hundreds of Soups are being recruited by Homelander. And man, Butcher, what they have done with Butcher this season,
His is best season so far. I don't care what.
by
you say.
far,
His
by
is
far,
best season.
season 1 and season 4 are by far his best seasons. Because to me, what they've done with his character, again, fucking Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan in his head,
Oh,
you
that
don't
was
think
dope. That
you
was
think he's a
dope.
real person.
Yeah.
And then, but we know his wife is dead, and so she's in his head, and so he's talking with her, and then this scene happens. Negan looks at her and just goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my god, they're both in his fucking
It was
head.
both in his head.
And
This
then
shit
you
was-
realize,
it
like,
explains everything. The shit, like, he was taking Compound V, and apparently it grew some type of parasite thing inside of
Yeah.
him, which formed into the version of like an what's the name? Negan
I
was
don't know
like
the
the head of
character's
CSI.
name.
He was like
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character, which is the head of the CIA, was pretty much the version of him, and his subconscious was his wife, and like
Yeah.
that battle between practically the devil and the angel on your
The
shoulders,
angel?
it was dope.
His name
It
is
was dope.
Kessler in the show.
Kessler, yeah.
Kessler. Yeah, Kessler. But watching that scene of Homelander finally realize like no more talking, no more deals. Because apparently, okay, so we'll tell you what happens at the show. I think the finale happened like almost 3 weeks ago or a month ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to
But-
remember honestly.
But essentially, Brian, who's Homelander's son,
Yeah.
but again is still his Butcher's wife's son as well, and that
Yes.
was her dying wish was look after this kid. So that's why
Take him away
this
from
whole
Homelander.
whole season it's a bit of a tug of war. Like you see the kid, oh, Homelander's kind of cool. Hey, buddy, isn't it fun to humiliate people and make fun of them? Let's get a milkshake. Like again,
Let's get a milkshake.
Homelander, you almost think that it's gonna work because Homelander's like, I realize I've been told to because this is after the episode where he kills everybody in the lab. He's like,
Exactly.
I've been told what to do my entire life, and I realize I've been doing the exact same thing to you. So you know what? What do you want to do?
Exactly.
And again, he just hangs out, and you realize maybe he'll lean on Homelander's side.
But now that
But
he
then-
loses him again.
Yeah, but then he loses him again because he realizes that he snaps on TV. He crashes out on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Live on some puppet fucking bullshit show. He just crashes out. He's just like, this is stupid. Like my mom and Billy Butcher, like he realized like this is dumb. This is fake.
Yeah.
Like I don't want. I want to like this and that.
The Muppets.
Runs back to Mallory,
Yeah,
who is
oh
like,
my goodness, Mallory.
and this scene is this again. Butcher and him are Butcher's on his deathbed. Like
yeah,
Butcher's like
practically.
practically because he passes out and almost dies.
Yeah.
So he's on his deathbed in the hospital, and Mallory brings Ryan to Butcher. They have a talk. They play checkers, which I think is like really human. Butcher's like, let's just play a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't want to talk about anything. Let's just play checkers, bro. Like I'm good to see you. Like, because he realizes like he knows he's gonna die, so he's very like, the angel's winning right now on his shoulder.
Exactly,
Like, I just
like,
want to die
just-
peacefully.
Just go with them,
And then-
and go
Surprisingly,
with Mallory, and then-
Yeah, but Mallory's like,
For some
we have.
reason, bro.
For,
For
it is
some
kind
reason,
of
she
weird.
did
It is
that
kind
for
of
no
weird. She just
reason.
decides now's the best time to be like, Homelander raped your mom. You're not
Yeah,
fuck this and that. Like,
He's
you
a
know,
serial killer. He killed people
Yeah.
on the plane. You remember that plane that crashed? He could have
Yeah.
saved them when he let every single one of them die. Like
he raped your
overloading-
mom.
yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
overloading him, and then he starts panicking.
He
But
crashed
then-
out.
No. Then he realizes that they're not even in a hospital. They're in an underground bunker. And they're
Yeah.
in practically his new little cage, his new
Yes.
little home. So he said, I want to go. And Butcher's telling her, let him go. But Mallory's like, we really cannot let you do this. Because
you're our only hope.
Yeah, if we let
beat
you go,
Homelander.
he's going to join Homelander, and then you're fucked. And then,
She has her button on a thing that'll fill the whole room with like hailing or some shit and they'll all pass out. And he just super speed hits her into a wall and she dies.
she breaks his
Cracks
neck. Cracks
her neck.
Yep.
And she dies. And he runs away and Butcher looks at her dead body. And this is like his mother figure.
Exactly.
Mallory.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he just realizes like, no more deals.
We got to kill him, man.
All these fuckers gotta die.
Fucking, what's
And
his name? Kessler just then shows up behind him. He says, now can I take over?
Yeah. And that's when you realize the devil won.
Yeah.
And now the devil's controlling Butcher. And man,
Which is
so
fucking
let's-
crazy because the boys,
let's-
I feel like the boys were doing pretty good.
They were about to cut a deal.
No, they had
Pretty-
they had the poison. They had the
Okay, let's
deal.
talk about that. Let's talk about because we didn't talk about. There's a virus that can kill soups.
Oh yeah, there's a virus.
it was
that can kill
introduced
soups.
in Generation V.
Apparently, yeah. we
Apparently,
didn't
which
watch it.
we didn't watch it,
Yeah.
but we might watch it because there are Generation V characters that do show up in the show.
Yeah.
But apparently, they're going to use this to kill Newman, the bitch that can explode people's heads.
Yes.
But through this and that things, circumstances, it hasn't. But now they have a situation where she realizes
Homelander's batshit crazy.
Homelander is gonna fucking lose it, and she's done. She doesn't want to be
Because-
president. She doesn't want none of that shit.
Homelander's threat was like, if you don't listen to me, we're going to take your daughter away, and we're going to send you a piece of her every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you know what? I think I want out. So she
I
goes
want
to
out.
Yui for that and asks for that, and then Yui says, okay, let's cut a deal. So they go meet at the barn.
in this fucking like bushwhack warehouse, and then
Yeah.
Butcher shows up, and you realize it. His aura is
It's not
different.
Butcher. No, it's not Butcher.
It's
No,
not
who's
Butcher,
that?
bro.
And
It's the parasite who's taken over him because apparently, again, he was on his fucking deathbed. He was
Yeah,
weak.
he
Now
was
he's like
about to
perfectly
die.
normal.
Yeah.
Now he just realizes, nah, no more deals. And we had seen him kill a soup earlier, but we didn't see what happened.
No.
We just know he killed the fucking stretchy man
Yeah.
that can stretch out. But
But,
now we see it comes out of his fucking stomach.
We saw
It's
what
these
happened
tentacles.
to we saw what happened to Victoria Newman, man. She
He
got
killed
ripped
that
in
bitch.
fucking. She ripped her in half, man. He ripped her fucking in half. That shit
Tentacles
was
around her
wild.
eyes and just killed her.
Fuck.
And I'm just like, damn. And then, man, in one of the best like final 10 minutes, fucking heart-shaped box by Nerdvana starts playing, and that's when you realize
The
Mother's
boys
Milk. They
lost,
realize
yeah.
they lost, and Mother's Milk is like,
We got split
okay,
up
here's
for
your
now.
here's your
Yeah.
passport. Here's this. You're gonna go here. You guys are gonna go here.
Everyone's
Like
leaving,
we're
splitting up.
leaving, but then Homelander's like, nah, motherfucker, we got your ass, and he gets all of them. He gets all of them. The girl from the insane asylum who can kill people, she shows up and takes on Huey and Starlight, but Starlight gets away.
Starlight gets away.
She gets her powers back because it's this
Yeah.
thing that she's been dealing with the entire. And this season fucking slaps, bro. I don't know.
Exactly. It's
Starlight's
so
been
good,
struggling with
yeah.
her powers the entire time and sees Huey get taken and finally gets her powers back. And Huey's telling her to run, and she does. She takes
Dibs.
off.
Mother's Milk gets fucking
the penis
God.
guy.
That's
The penis guy
3
from
and 0,
season
bro.
2.
3 and 0.
It's this fucking guy.
Gets
Gets his
knocked out.
ass. And then, but the saddest scene, bro, is again the characters from Generation V show up to take on
Kamiko and Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Man,
And I guess
that was
one of her abilities is that if she whispers in your ear, she can like mind control you or some shit.
Yeah, so you just could take it's pretty much like Killmonger or Killgrave.
Yeah.
It's like just whispers and you just do it. And she whispers
Yeah.
into Frenchie's ear. Frenchie's walking away. Kamiko was about to chase after him, but then I guess apparently the guy that held her back was like the Homelander version of Gen Z. Apparently, he's like extremely strong. So like Kamiko can't do anything, and then like finally
She finally screams.
No.
She
Yeah.
finally talks, and it's
Finally
like this
talks.
really damn like it's this bittersweet moment of like
He doesn't
they
hear.
lost.
He doesn't hear her. She's saying,
no.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Kamiko and Frenchie. Finally realized like this is stupid. Like let's kiss. Like let's be together.
Oh, because that the reason why Kamiko said that she just didn't think she was deserving of Frenchie. That's what like the whole her deal was like. Well, I did always like you. I just didn't think I was deserving of you, but now I think so. And now so let's kiss,
Whatever.
I guess. Yeah. It's like yeah.
Should have been done that, but whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. But again, Butcher, he has his fucking mirror. It turns it, and he see Kessler in the
Just
back
in the
seat.
back, just grinning like
Just
that.
smirking because he knows he won, and he has all these guns and shit. And you realize, like, damn, that scene from the comic books of Butcher just with a gun walking up to the White House, and there's like 100 soups.
It's gonna happen, man.
That man about to
Final
stand
season.
on business, bro. He about
Final
to stand on.
season.
No more soups, no more deals. Everybody dies.
Straight
Fuck
hands,
this.
yeah.
Straight fucking hands.
He wants the. He also, I guess, he also remember he has the virus as well, so he's probably gonna try to spread the virus, like make a plague. So like a lot of superheroes are gonna die. A whole
Yeah,
lot of them.
he did steal the virus too.
Yeah.
Again, it's this thing of like this fucking season slaps. Like again, the finale, the fucking the deep crashing out with his octopus wife, like that shit was crazy. He kills her, bro.
I can't believe he's just fucking crying in the corner.
Breaks the tank and she's like, "Ah, get it! It's like a fucking I know who you are. I love you. That woman hates you. She has no deal. I know you've been sleeping with her. Again, it's like a fucking married couple, but he's talking to a fucking octopus.
Like that's the thing. It was acted so serious, but he was.
I
Just
mean, it is
talking
Tilda
to an
Swanson.
octopus,
She's
bro.
a great fucking actress, but like that's just crazy. And he kills her. He fucking sitting there crying while she's suffocating. It's like, damn. I like the deep.
so
I mean, man,
South
hot
Park.
take, but
Yeah.
again, all the characters in this. Oh,
It's
and,
funny to laugh at. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's very consistent. He's not
It's like
like
Eric
you know,
Carmen from South Park. He just like
Yeah,
he's just a
he's
bad
just, like,
person.
the
It's just funny
comic
to
relief.
laugh at. Yeah.
Yeah, and man, what they did with Huey's dad.
That was good too. You're not Huey. Huey's 14. You're like, oh,
Because
damn, yeah.
because pretty much
His
he was thinking
mom.
about giving him Compound V to save him, but
his
he doesn't know
mother
what it
fucking
could.
put that in there.
His mother did it, and now he has like this thing where he can like go through walls, but he doesn't know how to
Phasing
use
through
it.
people. Yeah.
So he phases through people, then rephases and kills them, and it's just like this again, man. But Huey decides like he has to put him down
Exactly.
because he's scared. He even's like, I'm scared, Huey. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Because he's losing his mind as well.
Yeah, because he was in a coma when he got the V.
Because he was
And
brain
so-
dead. Yeah, he was already brain dead. Yeah, that's the.
That shit's
biggest
sad,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that again, scenes like that. I don't see how you can say this is like nah. Huey was probably as good as he's been in the show since season 1.
I think
this might be his best arc.
season. This is his best
Yeah,
season yet.
It's
man.
his best season. It's Butcher's best season. Homelander's always consistent.
He's always been great. Always been great.
He's always been great. Starlight was really good.
Starlight's his best season, I think.
Even though she's plastic surgery Starlight. I mean, I don't fucking care about that. But everyone again, Mother's Milk is still really good in this season, even though he's not got no
What's
beard
it?
now.
Ashley was good too. Ashley.
Man, she finally took Compound
yeah,
V.
she because at the end, pretty much Homelander told the Deep, just kill everyone, practically. Just kill all the
Kill everyone that has dirt on
yeah,
us. That has dirt on us.
He
Kill
says,
everyone.
Deep says, what about Ashley? Should she be on top? Homelander said, yeah, kill her. Ashley was sitting behind the door. She fucking ran to Homelander's fucking room and injected herself with Compound V. So we'll see what that'll
We'll
turn
see.
into.
We never got to see, but her head was getting big. Who knows? She might be fucking
Brainiac
that shit was
shit. Mega
some
mind.
Brainiac shit. But yeah, this shit was so good. It makes me hyped for the next season. Again, that's what I feel like. Yeah, it might be my favorite season. I always said season 2 is my favorite, but it might be my favorite just because, again, people are like, "Oh, it's politics," and I guess it's so funny how different the first half is from the second half. I feel like the first half was really good. I loved it. But I feel like the second half, that's when the character development really started to kick in.
It really did.
It really started to go really.
It was
deep
Homelander's
into that
episode,
shit.
I think. It was Homelander's
Yeah,
episode.
that was the tipping point where they really started to go into character development and like really develop these characters who we've already been with for 3 seasons, who we didn't think could get more, but they still have.
Yeah.
I mean, even that Homelander episode again, like
That
it
was
doesn't
so
make you.
good.
It doesn't make you feel. It doesn't make you like him as a person, but it makes you understand
100%.
why he is the way he is and why he realizes that he has this weird complex of everyone needs to love him because it was programmed into his brain through therapy, through people literally manipulating him his whole life to think that way.
Exactly.
And it's like, I mean, Butcher, I mean, man, that, again, they cooked. I'm excited. A-Train, like, all these characters getting their fucking redemption arcs and their character development.
Season 3 made me not hyped for Season 4, but Season 4 has made me extremely hyped for Season 5. I really
Speaking of Season 3,
they're going to do it.
Soldier Boy got reintroduced at the very end.
Oh yeah, he's coming back.
He was in he's in like some fucking cryovac fucking shit.
But Homelander found him, and last time he saw Soldier Boy was trying to kill Homelander. So I really wonder what their dynamic is gonna be like. I really do wonder.
Man, what's his fucking name? Web Slinger or some shit? The fucking bootleg Spider-Man.
I don't even know.
He has his web shit come out of his ass because he's a spider.
That shit was disgusting.
Homelander was making him nervous. He kept shooting out. He eventually just grabs him and rips him in half.
Ripped him in half. That shit was insane, bro. Fucking insane.
Man, some of the funny, like the Patriot bitch. What was her name?
Fuck.
Firecracker.
Firecracker.
Started taking medicine to fucking make her lactate, and she lactated her. She's like, oh. Man almost nutted. He was like, what?
It's like, you're not my type. And then she just...
Yeah, I don't like you. And then she fucking squirts milk out, and he's like, oh, I love you. But it's even funnier because she said it has bad side effects. So bitch is coughing in the next scene, and he's like, "You go away from me."
Go away. She moves the seat. No, I said all the way down. She goes all the way fucking down.
I mean, Homelander's
again,
the complete
he carries it.
He's the complete epitome of a villain. There is no redeeming qualities to him. Even though you can understand him and where he comes from, he's still a villain.
Consistent. I love that. Yeah, he's always just so consistent.
That's maybe why I like season 2. Because I feel like that was his best. Like he did some some of the lines he had in season 2 where he's like. Girl's on the ledge about to kill herself.
That was season 2?
That was season 3. Never mind. That was season 3.
Yeah, I think it was season 3. Yeah, it's like, you know what?
Because Stormfront dies, and he's just
exactly. Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Jump.
You know what? Just jump.
She's like, I don't want to anymore. She goes, oh God. He goes, no God.
No God.
The only man in the sky
just
is
me.
me.
Just
and I'm like, man, I love this show. I think it is one of the best shows on television. A lot of people, the consensus is that it's mid. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking. I think watching it, I genuinely have liked these characters more than again, like you said, season 3 made me doubt
the weakest season in my opinion by a long shot.
Even though it's
good,
but
it's the weakest, I say.
Yeah, even the weakest season of The Boys is still a lot better than most cable television and most shows. 100%. But I would still say season 4 is like, it's what what's the term? It's what the second to last season should be. Like it's setting up for the finale.
Yeah.
There's a term for it. I forget what it's like. Pronomical or some shit. I don't know. But
pronomical.
I don't know what the fuck it's. I don't know how to pronounce it. But again, it's the final season before we get to the ending.
Okay.
I'll give you an example of how you don't do that, which is Stranger Things. Everyone's like, "Oh, we lost. Oh, we lost. We lost. We lost." Don't tell me you lost. Show me you lost. Season 4,
Fucking
the boys
yeah,
have
that is
fucking lost. They
crazy.
have been taken by Homelander and his little fucking minions. Homelander's in the White House, which they were trying to prevent with. The
Literally,
guy,
yeah. President. He's practically the new president. The
yeah,
president
they're
was
fucked
elected. He pushes the president out the way for him to have his own little
to
president
talk.
speech. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, all
they're,
right.
they're, they're fucked. They're fucked. They lost.
What are they
We
gonna do?
lost. Oh, we lost. Stranger Things is like, oh, I can't believe we lost. Look on this. Oh, it just sucks. We just lost. And it's just like, bro, what happened? Fucking one character gets
person,
put in a brain coma and
That's
one
it.
person dies. That just got injured. Like, nah, dude.
Again, a new
That's not how you
new
do it.
character dies, and then like someone just gets their arm broken, and then falls asleep.
Gets
for
put
a
in some
bit.
brain coma.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. That's not how you do it, bro. You show me the villain wins by the villain fucking winning.
Exactly.
And the villain, last time we saw him, got fucking clapped in Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's I don't know what the Trader's thing is just a thing of its own. Like, well, I don't even know.
We'll
what their
finish
next
it because I
thing
mean
is.
we've been this far along for the ride
Might
as is.
well, yeah.
Might as well just fucking finish it.
Should have been an anthology. Should have been an anthology.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck it. We've been along for the ride this long. I literally grew up with it. It sucks to say that, but the shit's been going on since what 2015 now, 2016.
Yeah, about so. Damn.
And I was, yeah,
gonna
and
be
I would say
10
the last
plus
season of Stranger
years.
Things was really good.
It was good.
Just,
I can't say it wasn't good. It was. It just it,
It was good.
Mediocre. Like it's like, oh wait, so it ends like that, and now we have to wait another 3 years for it because we still have to wait
Yeah.
another year or two for it, right?
But it is the finale.
Yeah,
It's the finale
hopefully.
though. Yeah,
But,
but I mean, again, it is kind of weird seeing these characters go from being kids to being they're adults now in real life, but they're still playing kids.
Oh yeah, they're still playing middle school or high schoolers. Even
I don't
though
know
they're
what
like
they're
in their
doing.
mid-20s now. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something about it.
Oh,
It feels
shit.
very weird. It's like we're
Yeah.
de-aging them, but like I don't know. It seems to be the trend now with streamers and shit. Now it's just just it's. I'm gonna say it. What the fuck is so hard about not messing with kids? Is it that fucking hard, Terrell? Is it that hard to be an adult over the age of 18,
You're
be a
talking
grown
about-
man, and just see a fucking minor in your DMs and just go, you know what? Block. You know what? Thank you for being a fan. Delete.
Which
like,
one are we
what
talking
is
about
so
here? Because each
Man,
month we had a
let's-
different
okay.
one. Like every goddamn
I
month
get-
it was
what the fuck
something
is
new.
happening? Is it that hard to not fuck kids? Is it that hard to not want to? Is it that hard? Just don't do it.
Just
It's not
don't
that
do
hard.
it.
Man,
Mission
that's crazy to me.
Impossible. Don't
Mission-
tell it,
level impossible.
Don't tell a YouTuber to tell or a streamer to tell them to touch kids. Impossible,
Yeah,
man.
or fucking flirt with a kid on. Okay, let's start with. I mean, Doctor Disrespect is the one that started it all off. Him finding out that he just lost his whole career was probably one of the most eerie things I've ever seen because he's on stream and
Eerie. That shit was funny as fuck. That shit was
the music
he
starts
was high.
playing. And he was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
So if those of you who don't know who Doctor Disrespect is, that's pretty much. I mean, he's one of the biggest. Well, was
personalities
the one of
on
the biggest
stream. Yeah,
The dude with the glasses, mustache,
the mullet.
the no give it fuck attitude. I'm always the best, the alpha male
Yeah.
mentality. Yeah, he got a 40. How old is he? 43, 42.
He's
got caught texting a minor.
17-year-old, married, has a
wasn't-
kid.
It was never confirmed it was 17. It was just a minor. People
Minor?
are saying
Okay.
17, but I think that's just his dick rider saying like, oh, well, she was practically 17, 364 days old, so she was practically that. No, it was
That's
a minor,
disgusting.
man. It was
That's disgusting.
Yeah, even a grown man. This was his second or third time cheating on his wife, and it was with
That's-
a fucking child. Even though he technically says it was nothing inappropriate, I did nothing illegal.
That's so.
I did nothing illegal, guys.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? He gave a worse apology for doing something fucking wrong than fucking what's his name? Sketch.
Man,
Sketch
that was
gave
sad. That was sad.
Sketch gave a really sincere, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry I fucked up."
for
just
nothing. He apologizes for being himself.
Having a gay OnlyFans? Like, what the fuck is wrong with? Like, what's wrong
if
with that?
Again, you do not need to apologize for who
having
you
a gay
are.
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that is nothing wrong with that.
But
what
of
is
course,
wrong is
he-
talking to children. That is wrong.
And the guy's like, "Oh, I did nothing illegal. Write a statement, not even make a video."
But again,
This
people
guy was
took
sitting there-
Sketch's thing way harder than disrespect. People are still defending disrespect. Where Sketch, they can't even utter his name without feeling disgust now. It is
Isn't that fucking
pathetic.
sad?
It's pathetic.
Isn't that sad? That's sad that you could message a kid, want to fuck that kid, and people will still like you. But God forbid you do some femboy cosplay,
Yeah.
gay OnlyFans shit, and people just don't like you anymore.
It's
Like,
crazy how pedophiles seem to be more accepted than just people that are on just like some are attracted to what not what you're attracted to. It's like, how is
On
being a
some,
pedophile taken less harshly than being a femboy type shit? Like what?
that's fucking weird to me, man.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's the thing.
like,
Like, I don't. He was sitting there crying. He was contemplating killing himself.
of
If he
course.
wasn't, if
Look
he
how
wasn't in the
the
Face House
reaction,
when it
yeah.
happened, like he was contemplating killing himself. That the world found out that he used to have a gay OnlyFans, and that like, but like, why? He's like, I fucked up.
I
I
fucked.
fucked
I'll
up on
never
his
do it
stream.
again. I'll never do it again.
Like
Like that's
he's like
just so sad. I don't know.
I
Like
thought he
yeah.
touched kids. If you watched that video, you would have think he touched a
Yes.
kid. But no, he just had a gay OnlyFans. I did some shit that I was going through. I was addicted to. He said he was addicted to drugs. Like he just started. Man, I felt so bad for him because it's like, man just needs a hug and know that it's like it's fine. Like, you're allowed to be who you are. But again, we live in this space of the internet where people will use everything as ammunition. I mean, even his own streamers turn their back on this fucking guy, and it's
Fucking
disgusting.
what that yeah,
Bruce drop him
dude,
off.
that fucking
Fucking
bitch. That bitch.
yeah,
man.
fucking,
He's
it's in my ass, brother.
yeah,
Like making
yeah.
fun of him and shit. It's just like that's where we live at. We live in an age where it's fun. People want to see you crash out. People want to see you have a downfall.
But then when Doctor
People-
when Doctor Disrespect does something like this, they go in his defense. Like, come on, guys, come on. It was first the initial thing was it wasn't an actual minor. It was a Twitch employee acting like a minor so they can get him fired. Because I guess that's what they're gonna do. I don't know. That's fucking stupid kind of plan. But then to say that even if it was a fake Twitch employee, Doctor Disrespect thought it was a kid. What does it matter whether it was a fake kid or a real
It's
kid?
the intent. It's the
Yeah.
intent behind it.
So you're
Yeah.
saying all the Catch the Predators guys are okay because they were talking to adults. They weren't talking to kids. That's practically what they're saying. Like,
Yeah,
what is
it's
this
the-
world?
I've
we're
never
living in?
I've never seen a
is
more
this?
justification for people wanting to. Again, you've seen the video. If you haven't, I recommend looking it up of the guy going. So you think it's fine to meet up in a Target and meet up with a kid? He goes, "What's wrong with that?" And he fucking bitch slaps him instantly. Just slaps him across the face.
That's what you should do.
That's how it should be treated.
Not
Honestly, I
defending,
don't mind it.
yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind these predator catchers going out and like humiliating these people
Yeah, not at
on
all.
camera.
Not at all.
Because you should be for wanting to fuck a 14-year-old, 13-year-old boy / girl, and you're a grown fucking adult. That's disgusting.
But when their favorite Twitch streamer does it, it's
That I don't
actually,
get it, dude.
It's like-
Actually,
it's like-
let's not get crazy, guys. It's
let's
not like
hear
he
him out, even though he publicly admitted it.
He just messaged her. It's not like he actually,
said,
like-
literally he said, "Yeah, did I make contact with a minor? Yes, but here's this. Like, okay, that's it. Yes, you did. But people are still saying. Remember, he posted that tweet about him playing chess, and then like it was a chessboard. On his side it was chess, and the other side was checkers, meaning that he was the one playing chess and everyone else was playing checkers, saying he's gonna make a comeback. And guess what? When he comes back, he's not gonna lose. He's gonna lose viewerships, but he's still gonna have a big enough audience to continue making money from being on Twitch, because Twitch is not gonna permanently ban him, or wherever he streams on. It's not going to permanently ban him. Unfortunate as it is, he talked to a little girl. He could probably do it again. He's probably doing it now, maybe. But either way, it doesn't matter because people are going to continue watching him. Fucking.
It's disgusting.
What's his other name?
EDP.
EDP.
Yeah, like these weird people of like
yeah.
they get caught talking to kids and somehow, some way they still have an audience.
Yeah, it's.
But
fucking
like,
ridiculous.
God forbid, like you say something political, or God forbid you do anything like. Again, I guarantee you, people that make political statements and are on one side will lose more viewership than a guy who says, "Oh yeah, I messaged a kid." It's just disgusting. It's the weird world that we live in.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, people are defending. I want to get this right here.
Who?
Ava Chris Tyson, the guy, the person with Mr. Beast.
Oh, Mr. Beast, Ava Chris Tyson. Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Again, that shit. That fucking happened a week or two ago. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What
It's
the
crazy how
fuck?
like more shit's coming out. Even now, as I keep
Yeah.
hearing people say Mr. Beast's crew is done or some weird shit. I don't. Again,
Yeah, people trying
People-
to cancel Mr. Beast because apparently he did some weird shit too. There's some like episodes that never uploaded where he kind of practically white torture roomed the guy, which is like, damn, man, it's kind of crazy, but like whatever. But that has nothing to do with the Ava Chris situation. He did, I think he cut ties. I don't know if he cut ties
she.
or not.
She.
No. Jim,
Oh.
Mr. Beast, my guy. Mr. Beast, I think he cut
he
ties with
did.
her. He cut
Okay.
ties with her. I think nothing. Again, he has yet to publicly state anything. She hasn't yet to publicly state anything.
but let's talk about what she did. She pretty much likes lolly hentai, or got caught like liking
Well-
some sort of like
Well, first off, she was talking to a 13-year-old,
yeah.
which she met at the time back in one of the Twitch cons. So they got actual pictures together. Okay,
That's-
let's
kinda-
say that.
that's kinda
hey,
crazy.
Exactly. So they have that. They had a very popular lolly artist, which is like practically, it's hentai, but practically just little fucking shit. It's fucking weird. Lolly. He practically was openly friends with a very popular lolicon artist. Like he makes money. People commission him to make lolicon, which is like really fucking weird. But Twitter hasn't banned his account. But he
What
was
is lolicon?
yeah.
Explain to people that don't know what that is.
It's, again, it's hentai, but it's a
But
3,000.
kids.
It's a 3,000-year-old demon that looks like a kid, but
Oh,
it's not a kid because she's actually an immortal demigod figure. So even though she looks like a 10-year-old, she's actually 3,000 years old. That's what a lolicon is. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
But
and
it looks like a kid.
Yeah, it was open. He was practically openly Twitter friends, and he openly made commissions, commenting on some art on his Twitter, on her Twitter. Oh, amazing work! Like on Discord as well, in a bunch of Discord with a bunch of minors, one of the only few adults making weird, inappropriate jokes, and it's like
This is disgusting. It's weird. I get chills thinking about that.
it's
That's
weird.
like something
It's
like
a whole
someone's
lot of,
job is
creepiness.
drawing a kid looking like figure who's technically 1,000 years old, but it's a fucking kid, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're literally like, that's just disgusting to me. I mean I think that
She was openly buying commissions, like their friends. I think, and then the
that's
13-year-old.
that'll do it.
Apparently,
That'll do it.
They
That's
sexual like text between a third that.
And listen, before
It's
Shane
like-
Dawson's fans come into this fucking thing and start saying like, "Oh, if you like to fuck kids, like that's fine, that's your thing," but it's like, no, bro, it's not. It's not cool. Don't put that in the same
Not at all.
category as Sketch doing some, OnlyFans shit where he dressed up as a femboy and is gay. Like that's not the same thing.
That's not.
They're
guys,
two completely different
not
things, my
even the
guy.
Same book, people. Come on.
One's a
guys. We were
fucking
better than
felony.
this. We
You
are
should be
better than
fucking.
this.
You should be flogged and fucking
Yeah.
tied to a fucking horse and
Fucking
drugged through
drawn and
town.
quartered, yeah. For
Yeah,
real,
like,
for
what
real.
the fuck,
like,
bro?
I don't
Like-
know what this shit is, but nah. We live in a society where fucking Dr. Disrespect's gonna come back. He's gonna have.
Well, I mean,
he's gonna have a
yeah,
decent amount
I mean-
of viewers. He's gonna continue living this nice little chic Twitch lifestyle. He's gonna nothing. This is not gonna affect him. His
I mean,
wife clearly is still with him. Like she got no goddamn morals herself. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fucking
whatever.
weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak on their marriage, but I mean, it sucks that
If
like,
your spouse get caught talking to a minor
yeah.
and you're still with that person, no, you're weird too. You're just
They got
as
a
weird.
kid. They got a kid, but I mean, it's sad. It's a really sad
That's
thing to
fucking
go
weird,
through.
man.
Yeah, I
Fuck
agree.
me.
But I mean, the cancel culture. It's not cancel culture if it's right. That's what
Yeah,
I've always said.
it's
It ain't cancel culture if you catch somebody doing something wrong and it's bad and you call them out for it. That's not cancel culture. That's people consequences for your actions is what that is. Cancel culture is what they tried to do with Charlie from Moist Critical, where they take some out of context shit and try to make him look like a bad person. Where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and agree or disagree with what he said because I don't even think what he said is as bad in context as it is taken out of context. Because I've seen it.
Yeah, it's more the fact that I don't know, like dealing with people like Sneeko and those people in those pipelines. It's always a bad thing. There's no point to make discussions or debates with them because they don't even believe what they preach. They only preach it for their money, for attention, for viewers.
Rage baiting.
To continue living the lifestyle, the luxury lifestyle they want to live, to continue that, they do nothing but say those type of shits for, again, rage baiting. They don't believe it themselves. So why are you debating with those type of people? They
Yeah,
just
I don't
want
know why
attention.
he was on-
Charlie
yeah.
gave him probably 100 to 200K more eyes on him just for that debate alone. You know how much money he made off of making Charlie look like that? Like, there's no point into like feeding onto those fucking retards. Like, it really,
mean,
you can't feed onto that shit, man.
Some people were thinking that's why he left the official podcast, but he later made a video
Yeah.
saying like I decided to leave way before this even happened.
I mean, I'm gonna say one of my favorite podcasts. I'll say is the official podcast with them, and I will say like this year he's missed a lot of episodes this year. His heart wasn't already in it. They're in 400 episodes. They've been doing it for 7 or 6 years.
a long
Come on
time.
now, like that's
Yeah.
like whatever. The show's
And he
gonna
said he-
continue on, but
Yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to take a break from the
Yeah,
internet because
not
it
at
is.
all.
I mean, if that's your job, I mean, I get on here to do stuff like this. I get on here to play games, but like, it's not my life. I still do stuff outside of this, and if that's your job, that becomes your life. Like, I can get it, dude. It's bad, bro.
100%,
It's a
yeah.
toxic environment,
It
man.
is.
I mean, it's toxic. You got fucking Call of Duty fans. You got fucking. That's a nice segue. But Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has been leaked. This and not leaked as like there's images like Last of Us where they like the whole plot. No, my guy, you want to play Black Ops 6? You got a jailbroken PS. You got a jailbroken PS4.
That is crazy.
You,
What
you
happened?
you can you
The
can play it. You can play the full
multiplayer,
game.
the zombies, the entire campaign, everything is fucking leaked, my guy.
This is by far
Every
one of the
fucking
worst video
thing.
game leaks I've ever seen.
It's their
I've
fault.
never seen.
It's completely their fault. The fact that these new gen games are still on PS4. Why is it on PS4? Why is PS4?
I'll
Why?
give you two things right here. First off, it's their fucking fault for doing that, for having it on last gen as well. Second of all, it's their problem because it's connected to the goddamn Call of Duty HQ shit, which is
Oh
fucking
yeah.
stupid.
You have
So
to
the
go
game's
through
it's
the
DLC.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
DLC.
It's
It's a DLC
DLC.
game,
You
which
have
is
to
like
go through the COD app in order to
on
This-
your PS4,
it-
PS5, the Call of Duty HQ. It's fucking stupid.
Again,
300 fucking gigabyte fucking get nah, dude.
that's
Anyway,
exactly what the company gets. It's completely deserved, and I'm happy as
but
fuck
the
that
real
it happened.
reason, the actual reason, is money. I think something like 47 or 60% of their players are still on last gen
Still?
consoles. Still.
Yeah.
So it's just money, man. That's all it is. It comes down to them wanting to make more money from the players that, purchase COD coins or whatever the fuck their currency is, that buy the battle passes and shit, buy the
V-Bucks.
skins. Yeah, the fucking knockoff. Yeah, I don't know what they
Yeah, I
use,
don't
but
know
because
what it
I've
is.
never bought in shit from Call of Duty in like a long.
Surely
I think the
did.
last battle pass I even got, I think, was Modern Warfare, the reboot in like 2019 or some shit.
I low-key got
So,
the
like-
Gundam ones that recently came out. I ain't gonna lie, that shit goes hard. But
But I'm just saying, the whole thing about Call of Duty, the like the format of the
Mhm.
game could easily work if it was free to play. And that's why they made like X Defiant and they made all these other fucking games that can kind of scratch the Call of Duty itch, because the movement in Call of Duty is like, I hate to say this because it makes it
it's
sound old.
ridiculous.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
I can't keep up anymore, man.
This
I really,
omni
it's
movement
not-
shit,
it's
these
ridiculous.
because the game's leaked, people are showing off clips of them playing it.
I can't even keep
fucking-
up with the people playing it, so I can't even imagine going against people like that. It is fucking ridiculous.
Already sweating before the game even comes out. And I get people are like, it's not sweaty, just get good. Like that's to me is like the
It's sweaty.
dumbest.
It's
that's
sweaty.
that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I'm sorry. That is like the most toxic troll cesspool shit you could say. It's not fucking sweaty, just get good. It's like, bro, I worked all day. like, I just want to get on a game and have fun, man.
Little
I,
dead
I,
ass.
I worked all day. It's like that clip of the guy at the fucking basketball court. Like, nah, he bringing all that negativity. I just got off work. I worked all week. I'm trying to have fun. Like, what the fuck? Like, it really is that toxic. It really is that bad. Where it's like the average 13-year-old who doesn't go to,
8
doesn't
hours a
have
day.
a job, is just cracked, man. And I remember being that 13-year-old. I don't think I was ever that cracked, and
No,
I thought I was
kids-
pretty good.
That's the thing. That's the annoying part about it. When I was 13, the people that were good were the teenagers to 20-year-olds. But now we're
adults.
in our 20s. The kids are better than us now. Like, what the fuck is
It's
that?
crazy,
Like,
bro.
what? Like, do I
They're-
not get a chance? Like, where's
professional
my chance?
professional
Yeah.
Fortnite players are like 15, 14
Like,
years old
dead
now.
ass. Like,
It's
fuck,
fucking crazy.
We can't keep up
It
with
just
them, man.
it's like, yeah, because like I remember getting my flowers when I finally got to a point where I figured I was on the level
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
adults that were playing. Because you'd be a kid, you have your little fucking headset on, you'd be afraid to talk because there's a bunch of grown ass men in the lobby whooping your ass. But eventually you got to the
Calling
point
you
where
a
you
bitch and everything.
yeah, you got to the point where like I'm good now. I'm 15 and I'm good now.
That didn't last
now
long.
I'm-
That shit did not last long to me. I didn't.
Good time while we had it. Good while it lasted, bro. I think Siege, it lasted for like 2 years with Siege, and then it just kind of went out.
Ass.
Our last
Fucking
dance was when
hell,
we
bro.
got into Siege like last year. We had our last dance, bro.
I
That
will
was it.
say that I think that I feel like I was the best where I ever was, and fuck me, bro, I miss it. But the thing is, every time I go into Siege, I don't know, it's different every time I go into it now. It's so
It's like
fucking
any
different.
that's our game. Our game is Rainbow Six
I
Siege.
love
Going
Siege,
into
yeah.
our competitive shooter is that, and so
Yeah.
every time we pick it up and put it down, pick it up, we just realize like, man, it's like we're not that guy anymore. We're not
You're
that guy
bro.
anymore.
You're not that guy.
We're
bro.
not- we used to be. We were for a moment, but we're not that. It's just too hard to take a break and come back. But that is a
You can't take a
strategical
break.
shooter,
Yeah.
so it should be that way. But
Yes,
Call of
it
Duty
is.
has always been a casual game that you should play for fun.
Pick it up and just turn your brain off. But now it's not that for some reason. I really
Well,
don't know.
because the aim assist is so bad. You have all these
Is it?
people that are. The aim assist is bad. These dead zones. You have these people that are doing full tutorials, like, oh, to get movement like this, where like you're literally just strafing and your
Yeah.
gun is locking onto the person. Like, it's not a game, bro.
It's not.
It's just not.
No.
It's just so I used to
But
hate
it's
it when
sensory
streamers.
overload as well. Too much shit going on the screen. Too much shit going on.
I like my realistic tactical shooters. I love my Hell Let Loose. I like my Rainbow Six Siege. I like my fucking Battlefield
Ready
before it
or
went into the
not.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like that tactical realism. I mean, the old heads still dominate that too. I can't say like very few often where I get on Rainbow Six Siege and there'll be a 13-year-old kid doming my ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, so I mean, I still have that to lie on. But even then, like, just like anything in life, you can't pick it up and put it down. You got to stay consistent with it for it to be good. And like,
I
I'm
just
just
wish. I don't know. That's the thing. Maybe it is. I don't know what changed. I feel like games used to be like that. Or am I bugging out? I really do feel like games used to be chiller, but now it's not. Ugh.
I think our life was chiller. I think maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
think maybe being an adult, having to pay bills, having to work a job, all that stress, you bring it home with you, and you just want to fucking relax and play, and then you realize the stress in the video game now stacks on top of the
Yeah,
stress you had
exactly.
at
Like
your work.
literally dead ass.
You're just like fuck this, and I'm
I'm
done.
back to playing single player games. So playing Guardians of the Galaxy, that shit's kind of lit. Day. That shit's fun. I'm having a great time with that one. I'm chilling with that one.
That's literally
Yeah.
like I remember I saw this thing where it's like that meme from Rogue One with the guys on the farm. He's like, "You tell me you only play single player games?" And the guy's like, "It's a peaceful life.
It is like
Yeah,
literally
it's a
peaceful
peaceful life. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like it's no toxicity. It's fun. Single player games are still great. And
I
speaking of
play
single
them
player
on hard
games,
now. It's more of a challenge, and I feel better when I
yeah,
finish them shits. It's like, yeah, that's
I
just
feel
me,
more
man. Yeah.
better beating a boss in Elden Ring than I ever will. Oh, I got to level 56 and I prestige level
Prestige,
3
yeah,
and
prestige, fucking 50, level 508. Like literally, every time I go hop on Call of Duty, I just see level 800 and 900. So I'm like, how the fuck? You know how slow you level up on Call of Duty? Fucking slow.
slower than
Yeah,
I remember it being.
slow. And people are just fucking 900s, but it's fucking ridiculous.
But
Battlefield is having a little competition coming up. You saw about that one?
tell me about it. It's like Delta what? Delta something?
Ooh, what is it? Delta Force, right? I think it was Delta Force. Frankie on obviously everyone should know who Frankie on 1080 Frankie on PC and 1080 HP. Everyone one of the
Delta Force
best.
Hawk Ops?
Yeah, yeah. One of the best role play like dead Warzone, not Warzone, Daisy YouTubers. He was playing that shit, and that looks pretty good. It looks very similar to Battlefield 2042, which is like, of course, that's what they're trying to get at, but it's looking way better, and mechanics are looking more fun as well.
I
It's
just
gonna
think
be
we're entering
free to play as well when it comes out.
free to play is always a slippery slope for me because for every game that we
That
have
is
that's
true.
good free to play, we have the ones like fuck, what was that shitty fucking game? Like that Warframe knockoff that just came out like literally 2 months ago. I don't remember what the fuck it was
Yeah, I
called.
don't even remember. I can't remember. Tell
Yeah, but
you.
like hold on, I'll get the name in a second. But like I feel like free to play games are a slippery slope because sometimes they're like really fucking good. Like sometimes they're worth your investment. Like I mean, I don't
I
know.
still think Fortnite's a good game. I still think I stand by
That's
that
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like games like that can still be worth the investment to go into. Like again, battle royales are mostly free, and if you want to get these DLCs and you can, like I understand that. But games like X Defiant, where it's like they're clearly or like the finals, like
Oh, the
these
finals
shooters,
yeah.
or the First Descendant. That's what it's called. That
Oh, the
Warframe
first
knock,
Descendant.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wannabe Destiny fucking clone. Like I
Warframe
feel
Destiny
like
mix.
free arcadey games make sense. Like Fall Guys, that makes sense. Like it's a free, fun arcadey game to play. Pick it up, put it down. Like that makes sense. Multiverse, again, like scratch that Smash Bros itch that you have. You want to just like get in there and play a fighting game with
Exactly.
friends. Like makes sense for those kind of games to be free. But like games that try to have like stories to them and like just I don't know. It's just it always fumbles for me.
Yeah, I can see that. It's understandable.
I mean, really soon. I think within what's the release date on this? Next week we have Black Myth Wukong dropping, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's the
that
next big
one.
single player game, and
The
that's only
best
60
bits, yeah.
bucks.
Souls like people saying it's Souls like, but kind of also like game not a God of War type, like between the mix.
Yeah, it looks a lot. It looks honestly from what I've seen, like with you have like the staff and you can switch between. It gives me like Ghost of Tsushima vibes almost. Like
That's
you
yeah,
have
I
this.
can see that
You
too.
only have
Yeah.
one weapon for the most of the game, but you can switch these different stances and use these different like casting spells and shit to like. I've seen gameplay. It looks fun. It looks really cool.
It's only what, $40 too, or so?
60,
Oh,
60.
okay, see, okay. So it's not
What?
technically.
It's not triple A. I don't know what the
Triple
fuck.
A. I don't know what it
Everything's
is.
$70
Yeah,
now.
everything. Ugh, I hate that shit. But looks interesting. Are you gonna get it? I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know.
I'll get it.
All right.
I'll get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this shit looks cool to me. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting, like, interesting idea because it definitely has that Souls like weird like shit in it where you're like, damn, like this is cool. They're using like I think what is it? Is it Chinese
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or
It's a Chinese
God or something or like
what's it called? Mythology.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they're using a lot of these weird mythological creatures in it. That's just like it's cool. It's like it's like God of War but for China
Looks hella
essentially. Like
pretty too. Looks really
yeah, it
fucking
looks
pretty.
amazing. So I'm
The
excited. I
different type of
think
stances and fights looks very
only
good.
on
Yeah.
PS5, which it should be. I don't
Fine,
know why
exactly. Yeah. The fuck?
I understand why a first person shooter that's a casual play like Call of Duty could cater to last gen, but I don't know why games still cater to last gen. Like I don't get it. There should be
I
no
guess yeah, with the 2Ks, Call of Duties, I guess, but every other game, I don't
next
see
gen
why. Yeah,
because
next
we're,
gen.
we're in the end of the life cycle.
Yeah,
We're
literally.
about to enter a PS5, PS6 era in the next fucking 3-4 years. Like what are we doing here, bro?
Fucking hell. Yeah, this is gonna go down the road. I really think the PS5 is gonna go down just as one of the most forgettable generations of gaming consoles, and it's so sad. It's so sad. This is so forgettable.
It's fucking scalpers. It's scummy
Yeah.
fucking. It's under
It's
production
that,
and
but no
COVID.
games, like no real
Yeah,
games. I guess COVID
like
maybe have fucked it up as well,
I mean,
but
they released some bangers,
they
but I
did.
mean, it does suck knowing that some of the best bangers on PS5 are just upgraded versions of the PS4 games that came out,
Yeah,
like Last of Us Part One, like Part Two, like Ghost of Tsushima, which you finally fucking played, which I've been telling you to play forever
phenomenal.
now.
10 out of 10.
Phenomenal game.
God of War
Like it,
Ragnarok 10 out of 10. It's like
yeah, it's exactly like
yeah.
that. That to me is like again, that'll go down to
But
PS5. That
those are PS4 games still though. That's the thing, right? There's also on PS4. That's the problem. They're not really PS5 again. There's no reason for no one to get the PS5. And then we're about to move on to a PS6 within the next year or two. PS6 is gonna come out already. So it's like, whatever. But
it will be a weird time. I will admit it is kind of like I mean I have a PC and a PS5, so I
yeah,
have
we're
both.
good. Yeah, we good. I don't give a
So
fuck.
we'll be fine no matter what. Like all right, because everything's always on the PC. So we'll see. But
I
I mean
think we should
it's
end it here. It's been a
yeah,
good
it's been a
amount.
long one.
It's been a long one.
I think we needed to. We took a long break. Give them a
Long
long
break.
one.
Try to
We'll
get
still
back. Be more consistent about this. We still have a lot to talk about the Disney stuff, stuff they announced. There's more stuff next week coming
yeah.
out. Want to do Madam Web movie night? That's gonna be fun. So if you guys made it this far, appreciate it. Check us out all platforms. The Nerdvana podcast, TikTok, YouTube. Instagram, Spotify. We're on everything. And well, what do you have to say then?
No, that's it. You covered everything, man. I
All
mean,
right,
honestly,
well,
it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
it really is. We'll
All
see you
right.
guys on the next one.
All right. Take care, man.
Peace.